And we're live. Timmy, what's going on, man?
Jay Crypto, so good to see you again, man. It's been too long. It's been 2 weeks, right? I was out sick last week,
Yeah,
but
dude. How are you, man?
I'm doing a lot better now. I'm doing a lot better. A little bit of the flu last week, a little bit of nausea, a little bit of a fever, but feeling really, really good today. Glad to be back. Glad to be back on the Gauntlet and to see one of my favorite humans, Jay Crypto. Yep. And so it's been a really eventful 2 weeks, I think, in the Cardano community. We've had a bunch of NFT projects do fresh mints. We've had a bunch of NFT projects do follow-on mints. And DeFi, I think the story of the last 2 weeks has been a DeFi story. We can talk a little bit about that today, but I think the main thing I want to say at the start of the show is it's going to be a pretty different format today. What we're looking to do is to have more of a casual discussion, to chat about our favorite NFT projects, our favorite metaverse projects. We're also going to talk about play to earn today. So it's going to be a pretty interesting show. We're going to be all over the Cardano space, talking about a bunch of stuff.
Don't we have a guest today, Timmy?
Yeah, do you have a second now? Can you tell the people about our guest for a minute?
Yep, just tweeting out the live link so everybody can join us.
Hey, CM. Well, yeah. Well, I can get them. I can let me introduce our guest a little bit before he joins. If you
Right.
want another minute. So yeah, so we're gonna have Chronic One on the show today, and I'm really really excited for this. I met Chronic One in a Twitter space for Boss Planet. There was like this Thursday Boss Planet Twitter space that I joined. Actually, my dad joined while I was sleeping. He stole my phone, and so my dad was in there and he told me all about Chronic One. And let me tell you, Chronic is the most prolific Cardano NFT collector I have ever seen. I think Jay Crypto is our metaverse expert. I think when it comes to metaverses, Jay Crypto knows what's up. But when it comes to the broader NFT scene on Cardano, I feel like Chronic really, really knows what's up. He's a prolific collector and knows about all the projects much more than I do. On my channel, I cover a lot of DeFi and just like Cardano infrastructure, Cardano protocol. But in terms of broad coverage of the NFT scene, no one beats Chronic. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's not fair to single any CNFT YouTuber and call them the best because we're blessed. We have a bunch of incredible
Yeah.
coverage for the CNFT space, in my opinion. But Chronic has hopped on spaces and just blown, I think, all of us away on Twitter spaces because of his deep dive knowledge that he just kind of has. And he follows the discords. He just does the groundwork. He does the grunt work of checking out updates, and he seems to know exactly what's coming because he follows these updates on the Discord and fills us in all the time. So I do agree. He's definitely, in terms of NFT knowledge or CNFT knowledge, pretty advanced. So we thought it'd be excellent to bring him on board and have an awesome, fun show. Nothing sponsored in this show. Um, but it's gonna be an awesome show, and I'm just excited to hang out with both you and Chronic and talk about these questions or topics that we have. It's gonna be awesome, man.
I agree. I agree. Okay, actually, Jay, maybe if you can give me one more minute, what I want to do is I'm going to retweet your tweet just to let my followers know that we're live now. Um,
Mhm.
so you told me, Jay, you were recording a bunch of videos this morning. What videos are you making? What videos have you released recently? What can we find on your channel?
Yeah, man, absolutely. So I did a DeFi vid about comparing, the top basically dexes on Cardano with the top dexes on other blockchains. Cardano has recently surpassed Solana. The thing is too, and I get asked this all the time because I have a lot of friends who aren't into Cardano or just watch the mainstream YouTubers. I'm not trying to say Cardano is better or I'm not trying to be a cult. I'm just saying it's got a lot of great fundamentals. And if you aren't invested in Cardano, that's okay. Like, it's all good. I don't have any, wish for you to go do it because I'm not a financial advisor and we don't know. But what I will tell you is we're so early that it's presenting an incredible opportunity because the market caps of the dexes that are, leading on Cardano and have incredibly strong fundamentals, Sunday swap, min swap, are so much lower than the top dexes on some blockchains that are actually below Cardano
Yep.
in market cap, like Solana, Avalanche, Luna. So there's tremendous 10, 5x potential by like just getting into some of these native assets on Cardano. So I talked about that. I did hop into the metaverse with Intermeta and Cardano Villas about an hour and a half ago. And we were just hanging out in spatial.io and they were showing us one of the PCAs that Cardano Villa actually made. And we were just looking at that. That was really cool. It was scaled to one Pavia plot. So we were all in there. So you can see what one person is to one Pavia plot. Or the PCA was scaled to one Pavia plot. So there's actually more space, but they'll know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, just there's so much to cover. I also covered DAO5 this morning. I went through their entire white paper, which is something I plan to talk about later on. It's a really cool kind of project for lending out your NFTs and taking collateral against NFTs. So
Insane.
instead of having to
Insane.
sell, right, Timmy? So me
I
and you
love that.
talked about this before, but instead of having to sell a space bud, imagine if you could take 6K out against it and then get the, liquidity, have to pay that back to get your space bud. There's a term on each loan, so you might have to pay that back in a month, but still incredible stuff. And what that will do to the NFT market will be insane because you're taking supply out, you're locking it up in loans, and it's a really bullish fundamental for the NFT space. It's called DAO5. So those were the 3 vids that I posted today. I was up pretty early this morning, just went on a
Up
content.
with the
Had a
Up with
lot.
the crack of dawn. Really, really impressive, Jay Crypto. I love to hear that. And you look healthy. You look like you're doing well. I know you've been hitting the gym a
I
little bit lately
exercise.
too. I
Yeah,
can start to see some of those gains even already, like in the
I haven't
lower
even
neck.
covered, man. So that makes me feel good because I didn't even
Yeah.
cover today. I just went right at it. So
Oh no, you're looking pretty good. If I wasn't a cat, I might have feelings. But yeah, looking sharp. I see a very special guest sitting in the background here. I think we're ready to bring him onto the show.
cool.
A few weeks ago, we told you all about our good friend Chronic. Let's go ahead and welcome onto the show. Now, this is our first time having a guest. So everyone, please bear with us if there are any technical difficulties. But we're excited to have this a regular thing, have guests on the show, and big shout out to Chronic for
Oh,
helping us. Go ahead,
Timmy,
Jay.
right before you bring on Chronic, I just want to say, speaking of great hair, you're about to see some great hair, but also someone did say in the chat earlier that they think that you're either Charles Hoskinson or Elon Musk. And I actually think that you could be Elon Musk. I'm not sure. I don't know, but you got some production skills. So I don't know. I think that person is probably right.
Truck Dono could be right. Truck Dono is one of my good friends from the Army of Spies community, and I think Army of Spies is got to be some kind of a celebrity and some kind of a genius. So if no one's checked out Army of Spies YouTube, go ahead and do that. Big fan of his.
Or at least part of like Cardano, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
His
think you're right. Part of IOG or something, maybe.
Yeah, he's great. We got a lot of incredible creators in the space and just a lot of education too, like a real valuable education from these creators. So
I've heard this a lot, but we're gonna do a live stream together and put this to sleep. But you might be right. Here we go, Chronic. Let's get you onto the show, good friend Chronic. How you doing, buddy? Oh, I think you're on mute. Actually, is there a unmute button on your side, Chronic?
Yes, there is. My bad. I was muted. I had the kids leave the house. My wife got out right on time. So pleasure to be here, guys. Thank y'all for having me on the show. Big
Not at
fan of both
all.
of you.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for like helping us like test this kind of like guest mechanics and help us
My
kind of
pleasure.
work through these things. Super happy to have you, and I'll give a bit more of an introduction around why we're so happy to have a guest like Chronic on here today. The plan for today's episode is
Yes.
we have 4 questions, and what we're going to do is we're going to go kind of around the gauntlet, and the 3 of us are going to give an answer to each of these questions, and then as we go, we're going to ask you guys in the live chat what are your answers to the questions, and we'll bring up some of your comments. So I'll give you a preview of the questions now. The first one, I'll throw it into the chat. The first one is, what is your favorite metaverse? What is your favorite metaverse project? And that can be one that's already done an initial mint, or maybe one that hasn't minted at all yet. And so that'll be our first question. You'll hear from the three of us, and then we'll bring up the live chat and hear what you guys say. The second question, and then maybe I'll let Jay Crypto and Chronic introduce the third and fourth question. But the second one is, oh no, that's not, hold on. I didn't copy paste right. The second question is, what is your favorite unreleased? Yeah. What is your favorite unreleased P2E game? So let me go ahead and type that in. Number two, what is your favorite P2E game? It could be unreleased or released. So that'll be our second question for the show today. What's the third one, Jay?
It's going to be, what's your favorite long-term hold? My bad, Jay. Jumping in on your show.
That's what you said to me, because I was like thinking of the P2E what I was talk about. So thank you for that. Yes, long-term hold NFT project to preface.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep. So the third question is, what is your favorite long-term hold project? And so we'll all speak about that, and then we'll ask the live chat what they think. And then the last question?
The last question is, what's your most anticipated project that has not been released yet? I was talking to Timmy, Chronic, when we were getting ready real quick, and there's kind of two ways to do this. You could do an NFT route, or you could do a DeFi route. So I'm going to probably go DeFi on this one. NFT, there's a bunch of crazy projects being launched, and we're going to try to give multiple answers. So for the audience, you can go DeFi, you can go NFT, however you like.
I love it.
And also a quick note on number 4. What is your most anticipated unreleased project? It has to be one that hasn't minted yet. So that's a twist there, Chronic. I'm not sure if I explained that, but it has to be one that hasn't done a single mint yet. So that makes it tougher. But there's a few out there. So that could be a fun one.
All right. I might have some throwback on that. So what if it hasn't minted yet, but like they had like a whitelist OG like membership, right? Like, does that count?
What do you think, Jay?
I think that yeah, man. I think all is fair in Love War and in the Gauntlet, as they say. So
there you go.
I can be quick on it. If y'all need me to move on to another one, I have multiple that's coming up. So for sure.
Dude, you got lots of time.
It's strapped with lots of options here. So I think we're in a good position.
We ready. Can't
All
wait,
right.
Man.
All right, well, let's go ahead and jump in then. So our first question that we want to hear from you guys about on the panel, as well as in the live chat, is, what is your favorite metaverse? And we've had so many of these. You know, I think one of the first ones that came out in October was maybe Pavia, but I think Cornucopias was making scenes. You know, they were on the scene even earlier. So that's kind of taken us back. Boss Planet, we've had a bunch. You know, Worlds Within, do you count that as a metaverse? I'm not sure, but there's certainly a land element to it. So you can get really creative here. What is your favorite metaverse project? Is anyone ready to actually get us kicked off with that?
Chronic, do you want to go first on this one, man?
Hey, why not, right? I'm the guest, right? Guest come first. Like you guys said, I'm in a bunch of metaverse plays. I am aware, not financial advice, that these things may not come to fruition ever, or like maybe a year plus. So that's, you know, when you're trying to buy a piece of land, a virtual real estate, always have that in the back of your mind. You know, you need to give it 12 to 18 months. And if you're trying to flip it, this probably ain't the projects for you. All right. So come to say that when I first came into the game, guys, Cornucopias like really caught my eye with the bubble worlds and all of that. But, you know, being the impatient person like I am and most people in NFTs, right? It was just too far to wait, right? I love the bubble jets, love the javelin. I cannot wait for the land to come out. So obviously that's like a most anticipated, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Boss Planet right now.
Yep.
Or like a Cardania, right? But Boss Planet, man, I think they spring of 2023 is when the game's going to be actually you know, coming to play. They got some real life partnerships with Eric Bobo from Cypress Hill, like Hook and Sling. They actually do real life utility, giving away music passes to New York and some to Miami. Some lucky participants were able to go, right? That was pretty awesome. But they also have partners like with they just did a race racing yesterday in District 1. They also had a hotel that's based in Japan. They're just doing real life utility where it might be 10%, but also I like where they are with the Vox. I think the voxelated stuff is going to be easily implemented, right? Rather than like this metaverse that's going to take, a big team or, hundreds of millions of dollars. I think they're going to, siphon some info off from Sandbox or Roblox or Minecraft, right? Say, I like where they're at there. I love their energy. You got to like consume, little dispensary items. It's going to be a nice little play to earn and how their token is going to get implemented. But yeah, man, I think Boss Planet is really, far ahead. And I love Cornucopias as well. The breathing, Cardania with the breathing terraforms, and you get to claim your rad token every epoch. I have 21 terraforms and I have a golden shrine, so I'm really, I know you bigger than me in that, Jay. So I really believe in that.
Yeah. That's
Captain and the team is really wonderful, right? And I love the Unreal Engine they're going on. They're updated, So
you're talking about You said something about RAG tokens. So with Cardania, do they have a staking mechanism? Are you getting tokens with that right now?
It's rad.
Jay, you take over.
It's rad token, Timmy, not rag token.
Okay.
That's why I said
RAD.
Captain is listening. Dude, first of all, I love this. Timmy was kind of the first person to educate me about Boss Cat Rocket Club, and they got a lot of slack. But to hear all those amazing things that they're doing, it's really cool to see, so I just want to give props where props is due, first of all. And whether they implement the metaverse side, that's yet to be seen, or other features, that's yet to be seen. But no one can argue that they've done a lot for their community and tried to give back. And that's great to see. For Cardania, man, yeah, that's true. If you have terraforms every epoch, you can stake to the summon pool and earn passive rad token, which is kind of like the mana or sand of the Cardania metaverse. So it's a very interesting, way to start accumulating basically for free if you own the terraforms and make that passive rad. And that's going to be distributed for the next 50 years, along with also the resource. This is kind of cool, Timmy. I think you'll like this. The resources on the land will start to be tokenized and distributed every single epoch too. Yep. So the plots that have a lot of resources will have a fungible token for each resource, and you'll actually get distributions of that resource every single epoch.
That sounds like utility all over the place. They've got like a really interesting system there.
Yeah.
I learned it off your show, Jay, with Captain. Seriously, Tim, yeah, it's like a breathing heartbeat, and it beats with the blockchain. Like, really go watch Jay Crypto's interview with Captain. It's unbelievable, man, what they got implemented. Then they got like the card game factions. They're about to do a snapshot for the prisms, like the prism lands, only 250 prism lands. But yeah, man, like the rad token is 0.0018. So
you can actually make money, like real money. Yeah,
it's like every 10,000 is like 10 ADA ish, or something like that. So it's got value, right?
That's sick.
And one more point, y'all. I wanted to touch on Boss Cat since you said, Jay. You also, like, by having a rocket, by having a cat, by having a rocket part, by having a D5 land, you're going to be accumulating Boss Cat rocket tokens, right? That are going to be able to use in their metaverse as well. To like, say if you have a rocket, you'll get 5 a day. If you have a top 1 cat, you'll get 5 a day. A D5 land. So like, and then you're going to be able to swap them on Sunday Swap or Muesli, right? And then it's going to be ever changing, and that's what's going to get that liquidity, in my opinion, for that. But man, there's 10, 12, 15 different metaverses that can win, y'all. We all know. So that's a couple that I like right now.
Yeah.
So I've heard you guys both talk about Boss Planet and Boss Cat Rocket Club. Give me a second here. Let's actually show a little bit of what you guys have been talking about, if we can.
And just for the audience, I don't own any Boss Planet, Boss Cat. I'm just trying to give some respect because they've done a lot, and I've heard these guys talk about what they've done in really exciting, and it seems like they do deserve a lot of props for what they've done for their.
They're doing some crazy stuff. This came out earlier this morning, right? 1:50 a.m. Mountain Time. So just a few hours ago, they released this video showing a flying Vox cat. It doesn't look as good full screen, but I'll just keep it small here. This is like a jetpack, right? Like it's not necessarily Frog Dog's jetpack, but
he heard you.
It's a different jetpack here, inspired maybe by Jay Crypto.
I think we were the first to kind of bring it, up. So it was that's why we did it though, is concept art. So
got to give props where props are due. Thanks for like letting us know about jetpacks, Jay Crypto, because this looks pretty cool. You're going to be able to fly around with your Vox cat. And then a couple days ago, they had this sneak peek of an amusement park. So you can see like a Ferris wheel and like this really nice kind of friendly. I love the color here. It's really bright, really friendly, really welcoming. The Boss Planet theme park. What else did they release? Yeah, the spa. So this is kind of like where you're going to be able to go and kind of get rejuvenated. And I think they've talked about maybe stamina. So there's going to be a stamina component to the Boss Planet characters. And you can open up a spa, let's say, as your business that will give stamina back to the players that come in here. And so they might give you boss tokens to get a massage, which will give you a stamina boost. So that's an idea. This is what like a spa business could look like inside a Boss Planet. All kinds of stuff. They had a huge partnership announced with obviously Ada Punks a little while ago, but also Lazy Llamas. So Lazy Llamas and Boss Planet have a partnership. So that's pretty cool.
Huge.
And give me a few more seconds. In their announcements channel, this is what they just launched a meme contest about 5 hours ago. They're just doing stuff every day. But one cool thing was the snow. This is the skiing zone here, Jay. Take a look at that if you're into skiing. I know you play hockey, but this is kind of a different winter sport. You can see some of the all-wheelers down here. Actually,
Timmy.
maybe if I
Go one down and show Jay the free Vox cats that everyone got. This is just for Holden, dude. All free, brother.
Yeah.
Like, and it snapshot just happened on the 22nd through the 24th. All Vox cats are going to be free. And on ETH, they're like one ETH each. So they do everything for their members, dude. They give it free. As long as you hold, everything is free for the most part. Like all of these are airdrop free. And like Timmy was saying, 5 to 8% of the 9,300-ish Vox cats that are going to get airdrop are going to be jetpack. Those are going to be rare, right? So they're going to be like 450 to 750 rocket jetpack Vox cats. So those are going to be the ones that are like maybe 3K, 4K floor for free, man.
So I know that I was praising Boss Cat a couple of seconds ago, but this goes for all metaverses. I just want to have some yin and yang conversation here and just be upfront too. The thing about these metaverses that you need to remember is it's all about traffic. So the question is, can they end up driving traffic to their metaverse?
Yep.
And that should be the question on any, not financial advice, but any metaverse land investor's mind. Can they drive traffic?
And so let me show you some of this. They had to create a separate partnerships channel. And this speaks to the traffic story, Jay. They announced this partnership also like yesterday, right? Like, so 24 hours ago with KCMG Racing, which is a huge racing company in Japan. And KCMG they've raced in the 24 hours of Le Mans, which is a huge international race, Nürburgring World Endurance Championship, Audi Cup. So this is like a proper racing team. They're going to be developing their very own racetrack and racing league in District 1 of Boss Planet. So that's a pretty wicked partnership. There's a few more. There's a hotel company, right? Peace Hotel. So they partnered with this real life Peace Hotel, which is a hotel company also in Japan. They have 10 hotels in Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo. And they're going to be building hotels in the Boss Planet. So they've got an estate here. And so you're right, Jay. If there's no people, then, there's no value, there's no utility. But if these real life partnerships like this racing company and the hotel, they might end up driving people into Cardano if they can have it somewhere in their brochure, have some kind of presence in their physical locations. Hopefully that will help drive people to Boss Planet.
Yeah, I mean, no one uses a brochure anymore, right, guys? But
no,
I'm just kidding. But you're right. There's something to be said there. So
Nice.
Timmy, do you want to answer this next? It sounds like-
Let me answer this next. Let's pivot away from Boss Planet real quick. And I want to talk about a different metaverse that isn't covered a whole lot, but it's called Carta Station. And I'm covering this for a different reason. This is a metaverse on the moon. You can see it here. It's a space-based metaverse. But the reason why I'm happy to talk about this one today is that they've been doing like actual development. And in fact, they have a virtual world already available, right? Boss Planet, Pavia, like none of this is available yet. But with Carta Station, you can go to their website at Carta Station and you can actually click and browse their metaverse. If I click jump in here, I can choose a sector. Maybe I go over to sector 3, hit start.
Wow.
And now I'm actually in their metaverse. Now, this is an early build, obviously, so it's not the final animations, but you can see some of the plots as I start walking up here.
Can you jump, Timmy? Is there low gravity?
Can I jump?
Look at that.
Yep.
He's flying.
He just he would need a little JPack on him to.
I think. So you're in sector 3.
I don't know. Have you been on here before, Chronic? You can see this
I have
here.
I have an estate. I've never been on it. That's why I love it. I have an estate, I think, in sector 3. So this is the first time me actually, seeing it live because I'm not as technical as you, Timmy. I don't know how to work all these computers, man, like you. This is
it's just right at their website. I think.
Simple, huh? All right. Wow.
What's that, Jay? Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, I was just gonna say that this is one that a few people that are my subscribers have been consistently asking me to cover. I haven't had a chance to get into it, so this is great to see that a little bit more. I think I've jumped on. I've tested it out a little bit, but I haven't done the deep dive. So I'm curious to see why this is your pick on the most anticipated metaverse. Maybe.
Well, Boss Planet and Pavia are probably my most anticipated, but you guys, we already talked about Boss Planet, so this is like. I want to show this just because they're actually doing development. And I've been talking to the founder, and the founder of this project, their philosophy is to actually build it and then sell it. And so they're really focusing on like not promising in advance. And so that's why like I love that you can already see some of this stuff in the 3D world. If you buy a plot, you can upload an image. And you can see that some people are already putting like their images in here in 3D. Well, this one's empty, but some of these other ones have actual images on them. So you can imagine Ape Society being there. So yeah, go ahead. What's that, Jay?
Oh no, man! I'm curious to learning anything more about Carta Station too. If you want to continue it, and then I'll talk.
Yeah.
Can you put a coordinate in, Timmy, please?
Yeah.
Can you put -1332? That's my estate, and see what it looks like. -1332, and that's my estate.
Like maybe it's this one here. Maybe
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Jump here. Let's go see what you've done with your land here.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Now, but what's cool, Chronic, is you're already able to upload geometry. If you design your own geometry, you can put it on here. Okay. Yeah. So this is Chronic's house right here. So I love what you've done with the place. It looks very clean, very tidy. You've got a neighbor here. Let's see who your neighbor is.
It should be me. It's all of them. I got 9 of them, right there. Yeah, I got an estate. Okay. I thought it would be a dome, but apparently not.
There are domes that you can upload. So they've actually got. Oh, there's New Zealand there. Okay. So they actually do have assets. I'm sorry if I'm talking loud, but the sound's actually playing really loud on my end. You guys can't hear it in my headphones, but I'm going deaf over here. But you can actually build your own assets, which is pretty cool. And so full disclosure, I am going to be covering them on Monday with a sponsored video. But I wanted to share this with you guys just to show you that, this is the real deal. They actually have a metaverse going, and they're helping me on my channel. So full disclosure on that. And so I'm happy to bring them on here.
Love it.
Jay, did you want to take this question next? And
yeah, sure. I'll be happy to if you want to scooch down or whatever. But yeah, it's a tough one for me because I really love a few on Cardano. There comes a point where you can't really diversify into too many because a few might be successful. So I'm trying to pick between a few from an investment side to invest in, and then I'm just gonna try to accumulate. And some of the ones that you guys have mentioned, obviously Pavia, which I'll talk about, is the one that I'm taking the biggest position in for multiple reasons. But Cardania, I have a position in. Cornucopias, I'm looking to acquire a bigger position in. And that kind of feeds into the play to earn game question, as well as Cardania does too. And Pavia, I would argue, can. It depends what they do with the POVs and things of that nature. What I think Pavia has is a little bit of a separator, is a ginormous community that's already building assets. So like one thing that, is going to be tough for these other metaverses is will they have stuff in their, metaverse, and will their lands be completely filled up? My kind of view on why Pavia will be successful at this is because what they're trying to focus on is involving the community in that process and making those tools to build and integrate PCAs and then work on the game development as easy as possible. They have looked at a PIP that was designed for land leasing. So I think that they're thinking about this smart. I think that they are involved in the community, seeing what the community can already build. They have a Discord group of the 3D artists to start building and get verified as Pavia verified creators. I think that's going to be a smart play, because then you can have Pavia verified creators mint a ton of different assets or do customs, put them on the store, and this is PCA compliant when you're a consumer and buy it. And you're buying an experience right off the bat with your land that could yield results, whether it's advertisement revenue or I think that there's some work to be done on building in-game experiences. But the thing that is interesting about Pavia to me is they're looking to do that. I don't think that when they have a basketball court, they're going to say, oh, that's it. You're going to have to do everything yourself. I think they're going to instruct us on how we can make a basketball be thrown in something like VR or on PC into a basketball hoop. And that's what a metaverse really crucially needs, is those kind of virtual reality experiences or gaming experiences to be successful. So, that's kind of what, and it's pretty, all these things are underpriced, but I think, Pavia land there's going to be more mints for a few of these other metaverses. Pavia's mints are already sold out. So there's kind of a nice little buying opportunity in their land. So I like it a lot as an investor. And until it goes up to 700 ADA a parcel, or the coin goes up to 0.3 ADA instead of 0.06 ADA, I'm probably going to just be a buyer of Pavia, honestly. I'll cover other stuff for sure. It's just too underpriced right now for what I believe it's already gained, which is a community, a plan. The COO worked with Unity and multiplay on the Apex Legends launch, which is the largest game in right now. If you go to any, 7-Eleven and ask the 18-year-old that's behind the desk what games they play, they're going to say Apex Legends. And it's scaled to 50 million players. I'm sure you guys have seen that video I've showed a few times of Paul Manuel, the COO of Pavia. So scalability is a huge thing for these things, because once you get that adoption, you need to be able to scale. So I just, I'm putting a lot of faith in Pavia. They do support my channel, but they don't tell me what to say or how to say it. I just think it's unfair of a question to say what's your favorite metaverse, and why I like that you highlighted Carta Station too, and some other things, because there's a lot of incredible talent on the Cardano blockchain that saw what Cardano has to offer. And it's just tough to say one, but as a strict investor, unemotional, not trying to get foo-foo, I just think Pavia is still pretty underpriced for what you may be getting, not financial advice, of course.
I want to hear from you, Chronic. I don't know if you have something to add, but first, anyone in the live chat, just go ahead and throw in any other metaverse projects that you're interested in, and we're going to bring up your live chats in about a minute or two. Go ahead and let us know any that we missed.
Cornucopias and Cardania, we're going to get into probably more later, but it's unfair to pick one. It's hard.
It is very hard. And I just wanted to shout out, come on, Artifact Moon, who just partnered up with Eternal. I'm huge on Moon. I love the development team. Again, this is going to take a while to build, but each Moon plot is 1.8 million acres. It's like 50-60% of Pavia map. Like, that's huge. I mean, obviously Ape Society, what they doing, I'm going to talk about that in a minute with their metaverse, the cabins, and like that's what we talking about, the room, not so much like Rome in the metaverse, but I'm definitely going to get into them with my hold. But like Unbounded Earth, Lazy Island, Ada Realms, World of Cardano, anybody that's using, Unreal Engine 4 or 5 is looking good if, the investors or collectors are patient with them, right? Unbounded Earth is using the voxel, and the magical voxel, you can buy, the stuff like you were saying, Jay, you can just literally go buy it off the marketplace and put it right into the metaverse. So Unbounded Earth is very cheap right now, and that's a win. I got like 48 of them. I minted. I just believe in them all because I can hold them. And yeah, I mean, I got like 10 or 12 of them in, and it's like you said, it's unfair to only go one, and we only have so much time. But
how about this, guys? Did you guys see this? Like Clay Nation. I'm surprised. I haven't learned much. What is Clay Nation doing in terms of metaverse?
I think this was like kind of their plan from the get, is to create a space for the Clays to have access to build out a nation that's, Clay Nation-esque. Chronic, if you have anything, I
know. Yeah, if you have any Claymates, they're gonna make 3D digital avatars for them. You're able to like mint TPs and tents. If you have a good Charlotte, which is probably the best price, that's what we own. We came in, and I didn't think I'd ever spend a couple $1,000 or $1,200 on a Clay or anything like of the sort. But good Charlottes are like, I want to say around 300. I didn't look at it a minute, but they are also going to have full access to the metaverse in Clay Nation as well as the underground, right? So it's kind of like they're like, so it's super cool. The team is amazing. I try to jump on their Twitter Spaces and talk to them all the time. They got an amazing escrow service. So Clay Nation is sick, and like you said, everyone is going there. It's just, you got to keep your eyes and ears open all the time. And yeah, man. And Clays are, they OGs. They definitely going to do it right? So if they're going to jump into one, hey, why not try to get a land with a tent, right? And you're going to be able to meet them in CNFT-Con, right? I really love.
Oh, wow. Are you going, Chronic? Are you going to go to the con?
Yes, absolutely. Me and the wife, we definitely going. We already got the tickets. We already got the pre-party set up with the Kongs and overexposed and everything else that we're making relationships with people. That's what it's all about, right?
Amazing.
Can't wait.
I love this question about the Clay Nation metaverse that I didn't know about, but then Chronic's able to go off on Good Charlotte and knows all the prices. I want to see if anyone in the live chat can mention a project that Chronic doesn't know. Let's see if we can stump Chronic today.
Dude, it's got to be in the top. It's got to be in the top 50 of volume over the last week.
I appreciate it.
Otherwise it could be like a really obscure one on like page 100. But he knows everything. And when he talks about like, I have a couple of those, he doesn't mean 3 or 4. He's always like, yeah, I got 45 of those. I got like 36 of these. This guy's prolific.
I don't mean to. But just I believe in projects that I go in on. And I have never been rugged before. I have bought 2 fake policy IDs. That's it. So like I really vet my project. This is I do full time. The wife's in it as well. So we have 2 brains, 4 eyes. And that's how we can do it. We work as a team and help snipe and stuff like that. And I might like something she don't. So she's that voice of reason, or vice versa. So I always love to try to get significant others or friends or family involved, because this is a business. And and like the last thing about the metaverse is like Jay and I always talk about, Timmy, like it's a real life business. How can you incorporate real life utility into the metaverse, and then just click a button, with e-commerce to be sent your t-shirts, your J Crypto merch, the Young Ada merch, Timmy the Cat stuff, like, and it's just marketing free anywhere, right? So that's why if you can hold it, but yeah, I love it for the utility that will come in a couple of years.
And that brings up another point too. It's kind of in these eras of massive disruption, we always see the largest industries tend to go, like the internet. I mean, what it's done for mortgage companies, insurance companies, even healthcare, right? Like these are the kind of sectors that can kind of start to research these spaces, and that's huge money.
Got it.
Campaigning, politics, right? Like marketing for a product that's not an NFT, or maybe it turns into an NFT because it's a real life product.
Sports, e-gaming, real estate, those are the obvious ones.
I was about to say too, like there's reasons why we have carnivals, right? That's
Yep.
business.
Music,
Cafes,
live shows.
like laser tag or paintballing facilities. There's games in real life that we play, and this kind of bridges the gap. It's gonna take time. It really is, but yeah,
Absolutely.
I love it, guys. Well, let's move on to the second question, I think, because this is an interesting one. We actually don't really talk about this. We haven't talked about this on the Gauntlet a whole lot, Jay Crypto, but this is all about play to earn gaming. And I don't think we've seen one really, really take off yet the way Axie Infinity or some of these other Ethereum ones have. But play to earn gaming could be the story after DeFi, right? We're in a big DeFi cycle right now, and that'll probably go until the July, I think, because everyone's waiting for the Vassal hard fork in June. But once all these things launch in July, maybe play to earn gaming is the August cycle.
Dude, where do you get this stuff? You're right, because that's exactly what happened on Binance Smart Chain.
Is it?
That's exactly, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what happened on Ethereum. Once you get the DeFi products out and you mix those, because the reason why play to earn gaming isn't big yet is you need DeFi
You need DEX,
to earn games. So to have all these mechanisms built out and leveraged in gaming ecosystems has to come after DeFi. So once we have the DeFi, we can leverage all these beautiful products but the one thing that's different about now and then is the metaverse, right? So will we skip the 2D Axie Infinities and just go straight to the metaverse? It depends what's going to be ready, right? Or will we have a 2D little nap, if you will, or the opposite of a nap, a little hype cycle, I guess, but just a shorter period of time where we have 2D games that aren't built out for the metaverse that do get some hype because there's massive play to earn potential. It is a question on my mind too, but I think you're absolutely right in your assessment of where things are going.
Yep. First DeFi, then play to earn gaming could be the play. And so let's talk about that. Let's get ahead of the curve and let's get some of these projects on people's radars. Are you ready to go first, Jay or Chronic? Do you want to go first on this one?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'll throw this one out because it's tough. I would say there's a couple that are really going to potentially be big that obviously Cornucopias and Cardania are the ones that I'm kind of putting my eggs in right now as just an investor, not financial advice. I think it's difficult to say that Pavia gets ruled out of this category because we just don't know. But going off of the information that we have, I do think that Cornucopias and Cardania have really strong kind of philosophies for building a successful, you play it and you can earn actual income. And they have enough of a community, they have enough talent to play at a big level. In my opinion, they could be at the same level as the team behind Axie Infinity, the team behind Decentraland, when Decentraland was kind of before it is now. Now it's obviously scaling, and so is Sandbox, but they have enough talent. They understand Cardano. They have enough native concepts to Cardano that differentiate it from other ecosystems to really blow up in a big way once we hit that play to earn gaming cycle. And both are really, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. So those are my two picks.
I love it. What do you think of those picks first, Chronic, before you blast off?
I love them. I really do. Cornucopias is, like I said, I'm waiting on the bubble jets and javelin, to floor to just relax and and settle out, because again, it's not going to be ready till probably September, and they additionally may drop more. But I love them two choices. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. You want me to go, Timmy, or you want to add something to that?
Go for it, Chronic. You're the guest.
Man, Equine, man, Equine. You know how know how I am about Equi and Equine.
I have eggs in that basket too.
Yeah, so I love it. I know you named Serendipity and one other one, right?
Yeah. Providence, Serendipity.
Yeah, I couldn't remember them both, my man. I haven't named my horses yet, so I remembered yours. Yeah, man, this was it's kind of sentimental to me. My wife and I, We tried to mint Boss Cats, and that was gonna be her first mint, but this was actually her first mint with me.
Oh, wow.
We went ham and we minted 15 at $250 a pop. It was crazy. This was the first time I actually spent my ADA. Like, it was weird, you know what I mean? And like being in Cardano early, like at 9 cents, it was big. So whatever. So we minted 15 and she got a rose gray the first pull, right? So that's a rarer one. It's, you know, so it's like, then we read the white paper and realized, wow, talk about play to earn, breeding. We're breeding. I'm not talking about racing, right? So I got 33 horses and we went immediately to sniping rare colors for like 200 ADA right after, like Perlinos or smoky grays, that smoky cream, excuse me, that have 8. I have 2 of them. So like, dude, that $3,000-$4,000 a horse, right? So like, if I wanted to sell it, and that's like someone would buy it now. Picture the babies that I can have. So Jay, your 2 horses, I'm going to break this down for everybody really quick. Your 2 horses, I would never race them. They're going to breed. All right. So out of your 2 horses, I'm going to immediately, 1 month in the game, they start off at 2 years old. There's only 14,165 Pioneer horses. They come back forever. You will never lose a Pioneer horse. Your kids will have these horses. Okay. So just 2 of your horses can make 15 babies. Okay. Just 15 babies. And then, so at 1 month in the game, you're able to start breeding. And for every month, you're going to make 1 baby from your male and your female, your colt and your filly. Then your colt can get studded out for a stud fee 4 more times. So if you got a great colt, so you can make passive income on your colt by just breeding it out of stable, and then you're going to breed with your filly and make 15 babies. So you can have 17 horses. Your 2 initial Pioneer horses die, right? Now they re-roll and you might get better horses. Now you start that whole process over again, but your baby horses come back at age 1, right? They die, but when they're born, they're at age 1. You got to wait 2 months before you can start breeding your babies. Okay. Then you can start doing that whole thing over again. You know, imagine your stable is going to explode. Then every month, Jay, like we were talking about, you have an avatar trying to a auction house saying, hey, I'm mating these 2 horses. Who wants to buy this rare color? And this perpetual income for life. So I'm going to literally breed and sell all these rare colors every month on the marketplace, not like trying to do a coin token, then have to flip it to ADA. I'm going to be selling these things on the marketplace for ADA. This was me and my wife's vision. Like, this is going to pay all of our bills, even if I sold 100 a pop, right? So just off of 2 horses, I make $1,500 a year. And you know they're going to sell for a lot more than 100. If you look at Pegasus and Zedrun and another one on other chains, they're looking at, you know, upwards of thousands of dollars a horse, 4, 5, 6, 10,000 a horse, 20, 50,000 for the good ones. Like, this is untapped, and people do not know that the Pioneer horses just get re-rolled, and in every 16 months, it just comes back forever, man. And then the babies you can sell and trade and use them for bartering. And this is my type of thing. Read the white paper. The racing aspect has a whole different thing about it. I wanted to share the paper with you, Timmy, but I think I said everything. I mean, white paper, everyone needs to read the white paper and have 2 horses like Jay has. Whether just 2, just have some skin in the game.
Dude, the other thing I wanted to add too is, like, it's really going to come down to adoption, right? Because, like, if Equine gets adoption to the horse lovers, and there's a huge community of people that love horse racing, things of that nature, you already can see an equine horse in AR. So these are the things that I kind of think about too. That 14,000 supply of Pioneer horses will not be a lot. It just won't be a lot. So when they have enough adoption where you're having a lot of races every single day, that's where it gets really, really profitable and really interesting for anybody that owns a couple of Pioneer horses.
Can I make a quick another point? Okay, because people always ask, I've seen that question pop up. Don't you think it's going to be oversaturation? Absolutely not. There's only 14,165. If you go look on nftjam.io, half of those, it's not half. It's like there's more colts than fillies. So there's only 6,000 or like 7,600 colts or whatever. Don't quote me, but there's half, okay, fillies and colts. If you race, you can't breed, okay? If you breed, you can't race. So there's the strategic part of it. But then the horses that are babies will die, right?
Why?
Then
So hold on, let me jump in because this is
yeah,
way over my head.
okay.
Why do they die? How do they die? Because that's deflationary. That's interesting. How does
So
that
the
work?
pioneer horses always come back, Timmy. There will only be 14,165 pioneer horses.
Right,
So
right.
they start at age 2, it's month 2. 16 months later, they die at month 18. If you
Whoa.
have, yes, they die and they turn into a ghost.
It's kind of
Then you
sad.
get to re-roll for
you.
28. Then you might, it's just like a remint, Timmy.
So
if I
from
have
what I heard you say earlier is when they hit 2 months, they can breed. And Chronic, you're putting them on the street and you have them breeding at 2 months, and then at 3 months, and then at 18 months they die. That doesn't sound like a really good life here. What's going on with these horses?
Because they start at 2 years old, and
Okay, so 1 month is like 1 year. It
Yes,
sounds like
exactly.
kind of. Oh no,
one
right.
yes.
Okay,
1 month is 1 year. So the pioneer horses start at age 2. So they're
Okay.
able to breed at age 3, or you can
Wow.
train them up until month 6. Then they
So-
fully mature. So if I breed at month
Yeah.
3, it automatically gives my full stats. So I have a 124, say. Then I breed it. It goes to a 186. Like, whoa, big increase, right? That's why they're telling you don't buy on stats now, because
Yeah.
they don't know the training mechanism on how the stats are going to increase. They could have
late bloomers, and I'm
It's
excited
like
to
an high-
train, bro. I
That
just want
sounds really cool.
man.
yes.
It
So,
sounds like they've
and
got
then
like a really well thought out like mechanics and breeding and
super thought out.
like the really good system.
Yes, and it's like they're doing it off the Mayhadeen like breeding system as well, and like they have a chart. Like if you breed this, then this to get this. So when they have DNA, you can copy and paste. It's really strategic, dude. And like, obviously, but then again, like I said, you're gonna have to. The pioneer horses will die. They turn into a ghost, and you re-roll. The baby horses, they don't have a name yet. They will start out at 1 month old. You can't do nothing for 2 months. They got to grow, right? They start off at 1, not 2. They can then start being bred at 3, or you can race them at 6 months, right? You're gonna train them. I want to breed because that money, right? We talked about, but then they die and they go away. The babies go away, brother. And last thing, if you have a fire horse that's like a champion, it'll come back as a trophy, y'all, as an NFT, right? Like he's the champion, so like that is always yours. So don't just like, you get to remember that, like a picture in your wallet.
Wow.
And dude,
They're deep,
another thing, talking about play to earn gaming, right? This is an ecosystem that does have the potential of Axie Infinity, where you see people give some money to somebody that's willing to spend the time training your horse, where you see people, give some money that's willing to race your horse, right? And all of the things that Chronic is talking about are creating an incredible foundation where betting doesn't even have to be in play for the horses to do well economically, or you to make some passive income economically. Imagine if they did get into betting and derivatives, like a derivative, kind of style betting from thin air. People can literally bet. There's enormous potential on these actual races that get played out on the blockchain, and that they're mathematically randomized because everything is on the blockchain too. So, and people that don't understand the blockchain, it will take time for them to maybe see how that can, kind of play out and understand that. But people that understand the blockchain know that there's ways to calculate things randomly that give every single horse maybe a fair shake or shot.
And they got 6 jockeys, Timmy. So like the stats don't mean nothing. You got to pair a wise jockey with that horse, because wise knows when to like speed up, and he don't want to it's a lot of stuff. So that's why I said breeding is different than racing. Like if you want to race, you better like get in there. Each track's different. Each jockey, they have 6 jockeys with 6 different traits or whatever. And like I have 18. I have 3 traits of each. Like any way I want to do it, like I have that horse and that jockey I can pair. But
you guys
learn. It's crazy, man. It's sick.
It's crazy.
You convinced me. You got me excited. I haven't been collecting a lot of NFTs lately. I've been putting money into DeFi and getting ready for other stuff. And
while we were talking product, Timmy just bought 7.
I've got a stable now, I guess. I don't know now. So I mean,
300 a pop. So the floor settled at 170. They went to 400. Again, Timmy, those 7 horses. those 7 horses that you just bought, my brother, you will have them for the rest of your life.
I didn't just buy 10. I didn't buy
I was
any
about
yet.
to say,
I got to be
hey,
careful. Like
that
right
up.
now, all my money's tied up in the stake pool, right? The Tim 1 stake pool. Got to get my plug in there. But like for me, I got to get my all my ADAs in my stake pool because I want us to start producing blocks, right? And we're actually there's a tool to check the scheduler, and it actually looks like we're gonna be making a block in the next couple of days. So that's pretty cool for all the delegators to Tim 1. But because of that, I'm not really buying NFTs because the more ADA I put on Tim 1, it helps the delegators, right? And so that's what I'm focused for the next couple months. Jay, I see you.
Yeah, I was just gonna let the audience know it, Timmy. I mean, come on, let's cut the BS. Timmy actually just bought 8. He doesn't want you guys to buy the 4, and he's just saying that he didn't buy so that way he could buy up all the equids before you guys do.
No. So I will be honest, actually, like early on, it looked like Equine was going to be doing gambling. And I didn't want to talk about gambling on the channel because my channel is kind of PG-13. We have a lot of families. We have a lot of children watching. And so I don't talk about gambling or weapons or like anything, kind of sexual in nature. And so, but it looks like they've taken the gambling stuff off, Chronic, you were telling me. So
focused on it. Yeah.
So I'll give Equine another look. If it's not super gambling related, then I'll talk about it on the channel. But let me quickly get
subscribers.
Let me quickly get another one on people's radar. This one's a little bit different, but it's one I'm a big fan of. It's called Cardano Castle. I don't know if you guys have followed this one very much. It's another play to earn project on Cardano. But what I really love is it's all based around these rooms, right? And so you're going to be able to buy a room, and based on what furniture and what assets are in the room, that will determine how much yield you get, how many of their coins. They have like a castle coin. And so you can see here, there's like a potion, a wizard's table, and like there's other assets in here that act as boosters for your earnings based on your room. And so this is like, they've got a DApp up here now. If you go to their website and you click on, there's like a DApp area at the top, you'll be able to see some of that. And if you click on assets, you can go through and like select the armory. I just want to see the armory type. And so you can see they're making weapons and like armor inside the armory. But take a look at this one here. There's like this portal, like a wizard's portal. And so that'll give you extra earnings and extra functionality from your room. So it's a totally different play on play to earn. It's not an animal project or something or like an ape or a horse. You're actually going to have rooms. And I just love the creativity for that reason alone. That's enough to like pique my interest. But then you can combine rooms. Take a look at this animation. This is showing how you can take multiple rooms and combine them, and you can create hallways. And you're basically building your own castle by combining some of these rooms. And there's multipliers, and there's all kinds of like formula behind like how you can get boosters on your earnings. Now they do have a white paper. You can go to their white paper off of their site. It's called the light paper. But if you click down to play to earn, you can see like some early ideas of how their play to earn system is going to work. And it's all going to be based on the CC token that they have here. And, I talked to the founder. He's actually a Canadian, and Timmy the cat. I live in Canada. So I was talking to him a couple months ago, and he told me that he was inspired by this game. And this is Wolf Game. I'm not sure if you know this one, Jay Crypto. It's from Ethereum, actually. But apparently it was a really successful Ethereum like play to earn game. And I was checking it out. And yeah, this game is like really, really popular, it sounds like. And so the creator of Cardano Castle, I think, was somewhat inspired by this. And so if he's able to replicate the success of Wolf Game on Cardano, I think that could be really, really cool. And the last thing I want to say about this project is you can see here, this is like a PFP. That's because they're going to be doing a profile picture drop. And so this is, it's unrelated to the P2E game right now, but there's going to be potions, I think, that will actually potentially play into the play to earn game. But this is a profile photo drop for Cardano Castle that's coming up in the next little while. And so I want to get that on people's radar because this is now a PFP project and a room-based play to earn project. Have you guys seen this? What do you guys think of Cardano Castle?
I haven't even seen it, man. I'm going to have to research it a little bit more and check out their tokenomics for sure.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like a Dungeons and Dragons Diablo type,
Yeah, it's totally unique, and so
Yeah,
so we'll see. That it's still early, but it's one of those ones that I'm really, really looking forward to.
Absolutely. So you get you get tokens and stuff by doing, certain quests or like building rooms or.
I think owning rooms. Yeah, it's like kind of like
Okay.
owning rooms, and then you'll earn tokens like based on a period of
Super
time.
interesting, man.
What
Yep.
generates revenue to the ecosystem, Timmy?
Right.
That's always my question for play to earn games.
Yeah, so you got to take a look at the light paper. Like a lot of it's in the light paper. I think a lot of it is probably still under discussion. So I don't know like exactly the final like version, and so I don't want to like commit them, right? In my experience, like I think they're open to feedback, and so I like the projects that are not like necessarily committing too early, so they still have room to like change. But I would say, yeah, let's take a look at the light paper. I also need to dive into it a little bit more and see like if they've made any final decisions on those mechanics. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's really important for like the investors or audience, not financial advice. You just need to think about these things because there was a lot of Binance Smart Chain play to earn games that were kind of like a Ponzi scheme with their revenue. And I don't mean to slander it. It's just how it worked. They depended on more revenue coming in. So you need to look at what that revenue that's coming in is coming from. And Cardano Castle, Equin, these projects may have really strong foundations. I'm sure, though, if Cardano gets adopted the way that I think it will, you're going to see a lot of play to earn games that maybe don't. So it's going to be even more important to do that deep research before committing. But it does sound like they're modeling themselves after a proof of concept on Ethereum that has worked. So that is interesting. I don't know much about that proof of concept or how successful it's been, but thanks for bringing that up to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and here's a question from my man Nito. If you guys don't know, Nito is one of my favorite.
He's on his 11th now, Nito. Don't let this cat fool you, man.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was taking a look here because I was a little bit concerned, but I was doing some research. Like, can I even get along with horses? But it looks like I can. If you take a look here.
Wow.
Let me see.
They share a close connection.
Horses and cats apparently share a close connection. Cats are curious about horses, and so it sounds like it's safe. So maybe I will take a look at equine after all. But I want to give a quick shout out to Nito, big supporter of the channel and the Tim One Stake Pool. But have you guys seen his new album, Epoch? He released an EP a couple days ago. Absolutely wicked music. There's a track on there, track number 3, After the Storm. And I encourage you guys to listen to it. He's actually got vocals in his newest song. I just love his music. It's this kind of like synthwave, 1980s, MIDI style music. It's right up my alley.
Love it.
Yeah, huge shout out to Nito, man. I mean, that guy's pumping out more music. I love how he's playing around with the tokens, creating a brand for himself. And you're right, man. He's a huge supporter of your channel, Timmy. I think all of us up here he supports. So I just want to see that guy succeed,
Yeah.
I think he's doing a lot of smart and he's doing a lot of the right things to do that. So rooting for him.
100%. So before we move on from the P2E topic, were there any in the chat? Were there any that came up that we didn't talk about, or are we ready to move on? What did the chat say about other P2E games?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure there's dead pixels, yummies, they're going to say, but, there's a lot of those. I'm not in either. I love Dead Pixels concept.
Man.
I mean, yeah, but that's Jay. It's like $2,000 price limit. It's kind of
not for Dead Pixels though to play it, right? You can actually play it without a pixel.
You want to touch on it. I watched the video of the CEO. I mean, you know more than I do. I like their forge and they're going to make money on a forge.
Walk us through it, Jade. Walk us through it. What do you know about it?
Yeah. So basically, if you own a pixel, you get revenue from this model. But here's the model. Anybody can play Pixel Wars. They have to mint a pixel. Okay. So depending on the pixel that they mint and the traits and the rarities, it costs more and more ADA. So the most powerful pixel costs the most ADA, and it generates revenue back to that pixel holder. So if you are a pixel holder, once people start minting your pixel, depending on the rarity, down the line, and there's a few things that I'm skipping over just because I don't want to spend too much time on it, but you actually depending on if your pixel's more rare, then per person that mints your pixel, or a pixel with your traits, I should say, you actually get more ADA than the commons. However, it balances out because you're still, if you're a common pixel, you're getting less ADA per mint, but at the same time, it's kind of being minted a lot more. because it's easier to mint and you can mint it earlier in the game. The founder of Dead Pixels AF, Adrian, he's not a guy to sleep on, man. Like,
Oh, yeah?
he is just not a guy to sleep on, because this guy is, when you look for founders of projects, when you look for founders in the space, he has a game development background. He's part of the an NFT that is deep in the what's the blue chip of NFTs on Cardano conversation as the first interactive Cardano NFT. This is not a guy to sleep on. So anything that he's saying that he's building, I actually do have high confidence in, similar to Alessandro from SpaceBuds.
I agree.
Oh, wow.
And anyone, just YouTube Dead Pixels forging video or something, it's like 48 minutes plus, you know what I mean? And you'll learn everything. He'll take you, and it's queued up. You get passive income. It's unbelievable. Like, it's too much time to, like Jay said, like, to go over. It's really interesting. And that the founder is amazing. So yeah, if you guys
that's all I need to say, because Gary Vaynerchuk, you know, I listen to his content sometimes. He says, bet on the jockey, right? Who's running the business. That is a founder not to sleep on. That's
absolutely.
all I'm gonna say.
And Timmy Fadukin, right?
Yeah, I know Fadukin. Yeah.
All right, so that says it all. Like, go watch his videos. Like, the team behind Equian are very the same way. I invest in teams if possible, right? If they're going to give me the access to vet them, right? Of course, I'm going to be more comfortable throwing a lot of money in a project because I believe in that person.
Well, don't sleep on Blue Magic either. You know, Blue Magic with this cat project. I know another blue cat. A lot of people speculate that I might be Blue Magic, but I'm honestly not, maybe. And so, yeah, don't sleep on him. I wanted to ask you guys, though, before we leave P2E, I saw this one from Rocky One here. Cardano for Speed has a similar setup with Equine. This is when you were going off on Equine. I'm not even
going to tell you how many Cardano for Speeds I got, Timmy. I got 33 of those too, brother. I got
this guy. Look at this guy.
But that's Unreal Engine 4. I believe April they're about to pop. Their game's about to pop, and they already have some like test. It looks sick. Check that out, Timmy. Cardano for Speed. They minted not long ago. It was it 68 pop? And me and the wife did it, and my wife went and minted all the rare ones. I think the Lamborghinis are selling for like 600, 700, 800, something like that. And but yeah, I mean, sorry about that. I seen that pop in. I'm like, gosh.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, so Jesse over at TCS does think that Timmy has 15 by now off floor.
15 horses.
I don't know.
Do it, Timmy.
Floor's going up.
It'll be a good
go down in delegations. You know.
Oh man.
What towards the good cause? Equid horse? No, I'm just kidding, Timmy.
You guys are killing me over here.
Delegate to Timmy's stake pool.
All right. Yes, Tim won.
Cardano for Speed has a garage, and they can have all kind of crazy stuff as well. So I mean, that there, if you guys haven't looked into it, the floor price is probably right. You can rent out your cars and stuff. It's like rental cars in Pavia and stuff. So it's pretty crazy.
Too. So
you got so much stuff going on, y'all.
There's a lot, and the problem is we're not in that P2E cycle yet. So let's do this again in like a couple months and touch up a bit more, and we'll bring some content to these guys and gals on the Gauntlet that are watching.
Absolutely.
You got it, boss. Okay, let's move on then. The next two questions are really good ones. The last one is I saved it for last because it's all about us giving you value. But the third of 4 questions now, let's get on to that. It's, what is your long-term hold NFT project? And I think we've already talked about a lot of them. So I would challenge the panelists to try and come up with at least one that we haven't talked about yet. Let's give some more value to the people. And once again, anyone want to get us kicked? You guys are like jumping at the bit here. Like, okay, go.
Let's go, man. It's a fun.
I'm ready.
Go for it. Take it off.
Okay. The more I think about it, the more I think SpaceBuds. Okay, and there's a couple reasons why. I won't go into them in depth because I want to speed this up and give this to Chronic too as our guest, but one thing that's new that I haven't mentioned before that I've been really thinking about is Bored Ape Yacht Club just recently bought CryptoPunks. Now, what's interesting about that is it's given people a framework to buy up a blue chip NFT. I think Cardano is going massively mainstream. Like I'm convinced because of real finance. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced And Space Buds is that blue chip of the Cardano ecosystem, the first 10K collection. It has an amazing founder. I'm not saying Bored Ape is going to buy up Space Buds IP or anything of that nature. What I'm saying is there is something to Cardano going mainstream and the number, one and 10K NFT collection with an amazing founder having incredible opportunities down the road that give Space Bud holders more utility. And we haven't even begun to explore that. And I think, like Gary V with the B Friends, who hasn't made a token yet, hasn't made a DAO yet, Alessandro is probably waiting for regulation to clear and all these things to clear so he can maybe enter those other utilities if he needs to, if he wants to, he could, in a healthy way to really do some stuff with Space Buds. This is not coming from Alessandro. This is just my own theory crafting and creeping in the Space Buds Discord, hearing what people are talking about sometimes. But whenever I have time, because there's all these other things I'm trying to cover, I do have one Space Bud. And I'm gonna hold on to it with my life. And
good for you, brother.
And that's that's it. So
a quick one on that, Alessandro. I mean, he's a legend in the space. And correct me if I'm wrong, but like, didn't he also create Nami Wallet? Like, isn't that kind of the same guy that created Nami Wallet? It is, right? Yeah, and like
he's part of Barry. If you've ever
the Barry pool and Barry NFTs, those are like 100,000. Like they're like way up there.
They were airdropped,
and they're worth like 6 digits.
Dude, this is like, I didn't know that. That's cool. I didn't know that.
I learned it last night from Jeff 45 Jeff, my man, Overexposed.
That's like a chronic derivative of NFT knowledge.
Dude, it's unbelievable, man. Like, imagine getting airdropped a Barry. There was only 100 of them, right? So I don't know how it worked, but. Come on, man. They're 100K. The Rats DAO bought one for what, 130, 140. But I think, I mean, they paid a good something, 115, my bad. So I mean, like
115,000 ADA for the
not dollars.
For the viewers.
Insane.
115,000 ADA.
All right, so Space Buds is J Crypto's long-term hold pick.
You can't go wrong with them.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
You can't go wrong with them. What happened with me, man, I wish I was, and it was crazy. I was a tiered system. Like, they minted for 10 ADA, 20 ADA, 30 ADA, 40 ADA, 50 ADA. How nuts. 10 freaking ADA for like the first, like they tiered it, like Benjamin's group, right? So like the first 1,000, it was 10 and it went up, right? Imagine you jumped on them things for 10 ADA. I mean, and it's held. Like, I think a bunch did. Fettuccine showed 50 of them the other day on Twitter. Unreal, right? $500, 500 ADA turns into that. That just is unbelievable. But love them, Claymates, man. Dead people. Go ahead, Jay. I know you say before I go on my pitch.
I just want to say one more thing, and I'm sorry. It's just the NFTs that hold their value make up a different category of NFTs. Space Buds, since it's first, will hold its value. So these are the NFTs that are going to be fractionalized. These are the NFTs that are going to be collateralized, so locked up in a loan. That's going to take more Space Buds out of supply, which will create even more demand for Space Buds too.
Right.
All those blue chips, that's all so as a long-term hold, those are fundamentals I'm looking at.
Absolutely. I think that's going to happen with all the winners, right? Like Space Bud's obvious has won, right? Like Claymates and Space Bud, I think has won, unless they just completely
value.
Yeah, like unless they just do something to like lose faith in the whole community, they won. Like that, they got that community that's been around a year. They're only going to grow, and their foundation's built, right? So it's just going to keep stacking.
Who you're going to lend to, right? If you have 10,000 ADA for a high APR, who are you going to lend to?
Tim one stake pool,
or a random,
or
a random NFT that you never heard of, right? It's like it's going to always be that NFT that has a secure value in case that lender doesn't, or the lendee doesn't pay you back your ADA. You get a Space Bud.
I love it.
And that's how I do everything. I don't buy, I trade a lot.
You're right. Yeah.
So like trading is the same thing. What's collateral? What's the best collateral on Cardano? Space Bud. I personally think what I own is Boss Cats because I can fetch rocket parts or the rocket. So like if you want high collateral items, and that's what I choose. So when I go after projects, like you said, Jay, I'm just going to stack on my projects. It's, and if you can accumulate to a Space Bud or hey, what's the next space? It's just like not buying Bitcoin and buying ADA, right? That's how I relate Space Buds and the rest like a coins, because Space Buds is the Bitcoin. Like, why not just buy Bitcoin? Because to me, at 6,000-7,000 where it's at now, what is going to go to? 1 million? All right. So you 13 times 10, you're 130 extra money, right? All right. So, or like 7 extra money if you go to 100K. My thing, and now I'm going to Ape Society is my long-term hold.
Ape Society?
Ape Society is my long-term hold. And I hold a lot of good ones. I don't hold Space Buds. That's why I'm in clays and for rats, for clays and buds to be diversified. That's why I'm in Rats DAO for the hope and prayer that they do fractionalize them NFTs and give me part of Rat. I'm in Space Buds. I have Space Buds and Claymates and Dead Pixels through Rat.
Of course.
All right. So Ape Society and why? For one, y'all, if y'all didn't look at the floor phrase, Timmy, can you please jump in like the Discord and just show the stuff? It's $12.27, y'all, the floor price right now.
What?
$1,227 ADA.
Oh, man.
It's about to be hitting $1,300 floor price, y'all. They did not even do the snapshot yet for the 70 million society token airdrop. We know that the staking, they're gonna have. They released the cabin video, y'all, yesterday, 48 seconds. Did you see it?
Dude, I did.
I gotta, dude.
Please play it. Go.
Yeah, that'd be good. If I could just say one thing too.
Play as much as you want, dude.
This is killing me, man. Because I listed one for a premium, and it just got sold. And I'm happy because I have rent to pay and I got stuff to pay. But I'm in now I'm waiting for a dip now with Ape Society, because I think you're right. Like, I sold so many NFTs the past couple months. Me and Timmy were talking about this for the DeFi cycle. I'm only keeping a few, and I'm taking some profits because I do have rent to pay, and that's kind of like I just do YouTubing. But what I will tell you is the Ape Society, man, it kills me that it got sold. I didn't think it was gonna sell. But
what class or what family?
It was like an artist.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're rolling, dude. If you look, I mean, yesterday another king sold for 40,000. Today, Buku Monet sold for 28,000. Timmy, you can juke in JPG. Dude, it takes 4 pages to go back one day. And this is a project that's been out 6-7 months. Like, that shows you this is not just minted, dude. Go to JPG, Timmy. So look, I'm gonna talk about it. Obviously,
never sell.
Dude, that's my problem. I buy stuff, Jay, with never the intention to sell. But if I do, we have a king and a zombie. In the king floor, they have 2 kings listed out of 35 and they 200K each. The highest king sold for 107K, and it is Upwind Strategy. He's a freaking dude who's always in chat. They're getting more whales. Now what's happening? You love Ghost Chain, my dude, right? In free roam. Remember that chat we had the other night, Slick? Slick is huge now in the chat now. Go look at Slick and all of them, and they bring in the top 10 wallets from Ghost Chain, and they gobbling up all of the Ape Society. So, dude,
300,000 volume in the last 24 hours. It's like a whole fresh mint, but they haven't done a whole fresh mint.
Do it again, Timmy. Click on that. That floor price is so off on OpenSea NFT. I don't know why it's like that. If you could jump on JPG and just show them sales, my brother.
Yeah, this is JPG activity here. You can see.
So look at that. 25. Look, 16 minutes ago. That's another Medici. Keep going, Timmy. Just watch this, dude. Look at this. 28.9. You passed it up. All right. This is an hour ago. So keep going. Look at this, y'all. Like, this is different addresses, different wallets.
For the entire CNFT space, though,
dude. So this, guys, is before the cabin airdrop. Okay, you have to have frames, like your artist would have gotten a free frame. You have to have your ape staked in a frame. You have to have your ape in a frame to stake. Okay, so what you have to do, you got to buy frames, right? What does that do, Jay? Creates, need for liquidity in your ecosystem, right? Then your craftsmen are going to build them chairs, the pool tables, everything. Timmy, before I go, as I talking, brother, I want you to play that 48-second video. Shout out to the team, Matassa Cardman, Congo, man. Like, they always in there. The dude's like level 69 in Discord. Like, it shows the dedication of the devs, right? They have amazing poker nights tonight as well. We played last week. The community's popping. Like, this is one of the best communities on Cardano. Talk about the DAOs. It's real life things, man. If you have a king, you have access to like the owners, the founders, and other kings. And talk about the knowledge that comes from these people, y'all. Like, in real life, that's what we talk about networking, Jay. It's all about this. I don't want to be in there. Yeah, let's go. Which floor price? No, man. I want to like tell me like how to start an LLC, right? That's what I tell people, like how to start a business, what to do with this, how to, like that's the knowledge you're gaining with this. And look at this classy quality, dude.
Yeah, that's nice, dude. Yeah,
it's
oh, go ahead.
No, it's just I don't want to make it sound like I'm happy that I was able to make a profit, and I think for anybody that's watching this that sold and just like made a small profit, and you're seeing this, I wouldn't say to feel terrible, because at the end of the day, you got to take profit somehow, especially if you're doing crypto full time. Especially if you have, rent, or you want to get ready for DeFi, things of that nature. You got to make your own decisions. But man, this is a really sick project.
I love this promo shot. Just the way these apes look. They look like they really existed in some universe. Planet of the Apes. This looks like a real ape in a real house. It just I teleport into this universe every time I look at it.
I love it. Hey, Timmy, do me one more thing. I would like y'all opinion, guys, because this was a big YouTuber, and we all influencers, right? I don't consider myself like you guys, right? But listen, like, go jump on that, and let's look at what they had a gripe on, right? Let's look at like they have some same traits. Come on, man. They got same names, and it's like the community. It's not all about like the dude's got a flannel shirt on. You know what I mean? Like, that was with one big YouTuber. We had a big fallout, and I'm going to go ahead and say it now. That was their thing. Like, they didn't have enough traits for them. So if you go on JPG, like, and look at like everything for sale, go into the items, Timmy. There you go. And it just show you, like, they might have like the flannel shirt might be there 3 times, but look, the dude got a knife in his mouth, the dude got a sword, and the dude got something else. So what does it matter? They each
different
got an
teeth,
individual
right?
name, right?
Like, insane, man. Look at that floor. That's insane.
And I mean, it's the floors that look at the wallet distribution, bro. Like, and they got one like upwind strategy, and there's a few people with like dude came in a month ago and spent over 700K so far. It's on there on Twitter. He posted it. He's got over 200. They're never selling, y'all. They're not.
Dude, you don't have to convince me. If you go and look on my channel, you'll see end of December, end of January.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't like to take credit, but I put them on the moon, and it's one of the things I feel so good because a bunch of people on my channel discovered Bosscat Rocket Club and this one out of nowhere. I actually discovered Bosscat Rocket Club on pool.pm, and this is something I love to do. If anyone's like really interested in like just discovering new projects, I just go to pool.pm. I open up the NFT tab here and just look at what's minting here on the left column, and that's how I found Bosscat Rocket Club, and then Ape Society. Just found it on Twitter. So yeah, I've been a huge fan of Ape Society. I talk to the founders all the time. Ponzerati, super good dude. Yeah, I think it's a great long-term hold pick. I'm going to pivot us though to something a little bit different. And what I want to do is tell you how I'm going to answer this question in terms of like, because with the Ape Society and with Dead Pixels and with Pavia, like, we're picking these as long-term projects because we think we're going to make money with them, right? But that's only true if you sell it. And so when I think about my long-term holds, I'm thinking, what are the projects I'm never going to sell? And those are the ones I want to hold just for the artistic quality. And so I'm going to answer this question a little bit differently.
Wow.
And the first one is one of my favorites. It's called the Gizmo Project. A lot of you, I'm sure, know about it. But it's their mint is coming up. They just announced the date of their mint. It's April 20th. And look at these. They're handheld Game Boy devices. This almost looks like Nito inspired. This kind of like
Nito vibe.
Yeah, right. It has that whole kind of synthwave Miami Nights vibe here. And it's like, it takes me back to the Game Boy. Now this project, you're going to buy handhelds, and then you see this car up there? That's another separate NFT. And then there's battery packs. I have one of the batteries. If you have a battery, it adds this wicked lightning effect. And if you once it flips to the back, I'll show you. You can buy cartridges for it as well. So you'll have different cartridges that you can put into the devices. There's a whole bunch that's happening with these devices. You can
Crazy.
swap out what's up here. You see this car here. You can have a different character in there. And then the skin also is a separate NFT. And so it's all componentized, and it's just really beautiful. Here's like a matrix looking one here. And I just love the art style. And so when I think of like long-term holds, I'm looking at things that are just beautiful. I'd love to have in my wallet forever. I don't think I'll ever sell my gizmo. So that's one. Now I don't know if it'll make me $1 million like some of these, like Pavia, Boss Planet, and Ape Society. I have a piece of all of those as well, but they're only going to make me money when I sell them. And so when I think long-term hold, I'm thinking like 50 years, 60 years. And I think the gizmo, I think you'll see one of these gizmo handheld devices in my wallet 50 years from now. Pavia, we'll see. We'll see if I still have it, but I might sell it, right? If it goes to the moon.
I think it depends on where you're at in your life too.
Right,
know?
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think if you're in a vulnerable spot where you're kind of maybe on the up and coming, maybe you're younger, right? I mean, nothing. I will say nothing in my wallet is completely safe, like ever. But I hate to have to sell, right?
Yeah.
So it's only when I have to, and it's kind of, a lot of people on my channel are the same way. They tell me, look, I don't want to sell, but it's just, this is how I make some extra revenue. What I'm actually excited for is being able to collateralize my NFTs. So that way I want to
let's say that
gains, and I'll be able to pull out money against my NFTs.
We're going to be talking about that you
never will have to sell. Right?
Yeah, you're right. That's what I want. Staking NFTs, some way to like earn off of the NFT. You're right. And I'm excited for what Jay's going to drop for us in the end of the show here. He's got a good project. But one more long-term hold. I got to get him on here.
Timmy, I love me some Block Owls.
I got to get him on here. The Block Owls.
Let's go.
Just because they're so beautiful, right? And so both of these projects I'm holding for the art style. And you can see, obviously, I love animation, right? I mean, I'm an animated 3D cat. And so and 3D animated projects, send me an email. Like, I love what they're all doing. But look at the creativity here. I've talked to the founder of this project. He actually owns an animation studio in Europe, and he's been doing animation for decades. 1 decade and a half, I think he told me.
C-Toy, yep.
C-Toy. It's a proper animation studio, and this NFT thing is just another project they're doing. But look at the
and since then too, Timmy. Sorry to cut you. Since then, remember he was a one-man show for season 1, y'all. Imagine that.
Unreal. Look at this. It's like a lipstick container, right? And there's a heart lipstick on the window, just totally off the chain. And they're actually on chain. I love how you see how there's a chain on his leg. These are chained up Block Owls, and so they're on chain. It's kind of playing on the word blockchain. It's just such a, like, the writing and like the idea just really speaks to me. So
Timmy, can I add something to that, my brother?
Go for it, brother.
Please. I'm sorry for cutting you off, bud.
No,
this was my first mint. I seen Block Owls. Didn't mint. First secondary.
Was your first mint?
Yeah.
No. Equian was my wife's first mint with me. Equian was my wife's first mint with me. This was my first secondary buy. My first mint was a Ape Club VIP pass, and then I minted Chill Kongs and all of that. My wife's first mint, that's why it's sentimental, is December 18th. I first bought off the secondary. That was when I moved my money for Sunday Swap, and I bought secondary these. But let me think what you say, Jay. Imagine these. They're gonna have after season 4, right? They're gonna have 10,000 total. Picture Dead Pixels. I said this in a video what I did on Block Owls. They're gonna do what Dead Pixels is doing, but that, bro, same thing. Why they're gonna have a movie? They're gonna have like an Angry Birds type of game. I bet. I'm throwing it out there. They're gonna have some TV show or a movie. But I think if they want to do gamification, play to earn, imagine those like Dead Pixels, bro. Because it's similar, right? Because they have a bunch of the same ones. They have 69 zombies, right? You know what I mean? Like,
dude, you know what I think of when I see these is augmented reality. I think about the next layer, which is going to be Metaverse and augmented reality. So when we are our social media profiles, like what Apple's working on, we're going to be essentially the consumer sense. It makes total sense. We're going to be able to design what we look like to other people that have augmented reality. Think of how sick it would be to have an NFT on your shoulder. That's a Block Owl. That's freaking out. So when people pass you, they're like, "You a nice Block Owl."
Yeah.
That thing is
Damn.
fresh. So that's what I think about when I see that.
Yep.
When I bought them, guys, I thought with y'all because I've been watching y'all channel before I started mine. Right now, I remember like the gallery. What better gallery would block hours be? Like you sitting there, like little statues, like little pillars, little columns. Like Timmy, you said it. Jay, you said it. I've been saying it before I had it. Like that, dude. They're so amazing. How can you not love them, right? So great picks, dude.
Really high quality stuff.
Love them. Hey man, I'm an OG in block hours. I just how many you got, guys? Do you have any, Jay? And Timmy, what you got?
No, I never got one. Timmy told me to buy one. I forget if he told
the
me
day before. Yeah, like I told you, like right before I did an episode on
the
them.
video on
Yeah. So, like, I was like, Jay Crypto, buy this now.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
shoot.
Yeah, I did. I had 39 of them, and then I traded 11 of them doubles for Pavia. See, that's what I was telling about. Like people like the collateral. Someone wanted owls. I got Pavia for it. Then I got the Pavia airdrop. Then it's all about just working your way around the system.
It's like, what can you aspire to have one day?
Yes.
I think that there's a bit of a toxic culture, especially on ETH, of like never sell, and it's just some people just need to sell, man.
You gotta diversify, dude. Or money. You need money. You should diversify if you can, unless you're in the,
I didn't mean to say that. Rocky One did
never sell.
No, but I think he's like joking. But there is this some people do need to sell, or you need to trade your way up to something else, and it's just how the game is kind of played, and it works. So there's no guilt that people should feel. Do what you got to do. You're an investor. You're here to make plays, have fun. And obviously, a lot of this stuff, though, will be like virtual property that you can show off and display as like a flex. So I think that there's that element that brings people to the ecosystem, too. Like with AR, when we talk about our metaverse, certain things that you can have in there. It's cool. It's got a few streams rolling in. People that want to
I love it.
Invest, people that want to display. It's cool.
I love that you brought the AR angle on here, Jay, big with the block owls. And you've talked about AR a few times, and so it wasn't even on my radar. So I just want to recognize, like, I'm so happy to have Jay Crypto here and Jay Crypto on the show because like he's bringing in this alpha, bringing in these new angles. So yeah, thanks for that.
I was on a Twitter space the other day with Robert Scoble, and I was just listening to him. I've seen a couple of his Twitter spaces. I'm amazed at how far these guys are representing, like Apple and Siri. Like this stuff is gonna replace Google when we have a glasses or goggles. And it's crazy to say right now, but we're not gonna need Google, because when we think of, oh, look at Chronic shoes, what are those? And you say that out loud, boom, it's already showing you on one of your lenses.
Well, hold on now.
On Amazon or on a store, how much that shoe costs if you want to buy it.
But hold on, I'm going to blow your mind, and specifically blow your mind, because what about Neuralink? Because this is where you won't even have to say it. You'll just think it. This is Elon Musk's implant into your brain. You'll just think it. It's a little bit further out, and it won't be on your retina. It'll just be implanted into your brain right away, the results of the sneakers. So yeah, that's maybe a little bit further out, but
yeah, that's going deep. Like I don't know if I want that happening yet, but hey,
well, you never know. I mean, it's gonna give people such a competitive advantage that by the time it gets, I'm gonna wait till the people test it out.
Sign me up for testing. I mean, I got 9 lives, so I'll give Elon 7 of them.
It's for you.
It's for Cat. Yeah. This is for me.
Pocket, Timmy, that's smart. I like that.
It's gonna be amazing for like quadriplegics stuff.
It's like
handicapped.
All right, guys. Let's bring the show up to the last question. Let's get ready to top it off. And guys, this is the question that I put on here to try and give the most value to the audience. And so what I wanted to do was to give them some alpha, give them some projects that haven't launched yet, because a lot of the ones we've talked about, people feel like they missed out on, right? A lot of these have already gone to the moon, and it's hard to get into some of these projects. But what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about our most anticipated project that hasn't minted yet. And this is because I want it to be something that the live chat and the viewers can mark on their calendar and participate from day one. And so that's what we're doing now. Jay, go ahead.
Timmy, you should go first, and then Chronic, and I'll wrap up last, so we can switch up the order a bit, because you've been going last every time. I feel bad for this cat,
I'm happy to go first, but Jay, I'm not going to do an NFT one. Are you okay with that? I'm going to start to widen the discussion first.
dude, widen the discussion all you want, man. I love
All
it.
right. So
Keep it
here's the
broad.
thing.
Let's get it.
I was thinking hard about like how to approach this question, and so I looked at the NFT calendar to see what NFT projects might be coming, and there might be a couple good ones. But if this is about giving value to everybody watching and listening, I think it's actually a project that's not an NFT project, and Jay Crypto earlier this morning kind of opened up my mind to consider non-NFT projects, and I think that's the right call, because the most anticipated project for me right now is actually Genius Yield. And I am an ambassador, and so there is a conflict there. But actually, I covered Genius Yield in January, way before I was an ambassador, and I'm just a huge fan. This is an up and coming DEX, but one of the main reasons I love it is the CTO is actually Lars Brunzis, and he works at IOG. So this is input output, the guys that developed Cardano. He is the head of education there, and he has created Genius Yield. He is the Plutus Pioneers Program dean. He runs the program. He gives the lectures. So he's probably one of the best Plutus Pioneers programmers that we have. Like he teaches everybody how to program Plutus. So he's on the team. And they're doing some really cool stuff with their DEX. It's an order book style DEX. So it's different from Sunday Swap and Min Swap. It's closer to Muesli Swap in the sense that it's order book style. And that's the way like the NASDAQ or, the New York Stock Exchange works. And so it's a little bit more intuitive for people like that have done trading off of crypto. And then they've got an AI component. Now, for me, I'm just so busy. I don't have time to chase APR and like to switch from doing Pavia liquidity pools and then go and do like, CNET or what was the one, CNATA or the CNETA. So I don't have time to like jump from each liquidity pool to another. Genius Yield is going to let me say, I want a high risk or a medium risk or a low risk strategy. I just select that button and it will manage moving my liquidity and like basically optimizing my yield for me. And that's what I need. I need something that I can put on autopilot because I'm not a day trader. I'm not an active trader. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to program. I'm trying to do the show. And I want to have time to build, not to be day trading. And so Genius Yield is my pick for the most anticipated unreleased project. They say they're launching in Q2. That's still their plan. They have an ISPO going. They have an education center coming. And so that's it. Genius Yield is my pick.
Love it. I love it.
There we go. Who's ready next?
It's on you, Jay. If you want to go, I'll go.
Let's let the guest wrap up the show if we can. Let's have him kind of have the final word. Yeah.
So I do agree. Somebody said an order book is safer. I think that's a really good assessment. I think that an order book also provides other opportunities that an automatic market maker doesn't. So I love that, Timmy. I really am interested in, it goes back to a funny guy, Kevin O'Leary. They call him Mr. Wonderful. If you're a Canadian, Timmy, then you obviously know about him. And I remember his initial, take on Bitcoin or whatever. He was wicked bearish. And then he started to talk about crypto. And then he started to talk more about NFTs. And I remember one video I saw, he said that NFTs market cap will actually be bigger than crypto's market cap. So what we're about to see with products like, I think there's another one called Paribus, but this one's called DAOFi. And this is going to give NFTs decentralized financial tools. So one of which tools is to literally take a space bud, okay, and loan it out. So essentially you're taking collateral for you can take 10,000 ADA. Okay. If Timmy has a space bud, okay, he's saying his space bud's worth, let's say 9,000 ADA. Okay. And I have 10,000. So he's saying, listen, give me 8,000 ADA because mine's at 9,000. So I can, pay you back some interest, right? I lend him out 8,000 ADA. The space bud gets locked up in escrow. And now I'm earning interest on my ADA or I get a space bud. Okay, this is going to take supply, I think we mentioned earlier, out of the NFT market.
Wow.
On blue chips, really the main collateral of choice for most people. It's also going to give us a chance to buy a NFT at a discount. So right now, if the ape society, if somebody wanted to lend out their ape and it was maybe the market floor price for it was, I don't know, 1,000 ADA, but they're saying, hey, I need 700 ADA quickly, and I'll pay you this much interest. I'll just give them the 700 and expect the interest. But if I don't get the interest, it's better than buying an ape at 1,000 ADA, because now if they don't pay me back in a month or whatever, boom, I get the ape at a discount for what it was. So if apes dropped to 500 and I was going to buy at 1,000, guess what? I just got a 300 ADA discount on when I was buying at that point in time. So that's really interesting, as well as a few other things that they talk about. Fractionalization to blue chip NFTs is coming. We will see probably liquidity pools experimented with, where you do have a fractionalized blue chip NFT and you can buy into a fungible token representative of that blue chip NFT. And this gives leverage and other styles of trading a chance to drip into the NFT market. So when Space Buds or the Ape Society's floors go up, guess what? Now traders can take advantage of that, because that fractionalized Space Bud or Ape Society will also probably have some price action. This gives more volume and just a lot more reasons for this new blood, this new money to enter the Cardano space. So really exciting stuff. I just think that DAOFi is one example of NFT, decentralized finance, that's coming. Because if Kevin O'Leary is right and the NFT market becomes bigger than the broader crypto market, then financial tools for NFTs and for trading will be so profitable and lucrative potentially, and give us so many options. It's going to be insane.
So it's called DAOFi, and I think I saw Chronic take a pen out while you started talking. Did you just go ahead and write that down?
I've been writing notes down. Absolutely.
I write some things.
I have a question too.
Notepad.
That's wicked.
But dude, also think about this, man. Like if you don't know what Space Buds is gonna do, and it's hits an all-time high, it's at 20,000 ADA. And literally, man, you can just say, you know what? I want to be on the safe side. Let me take a load against it, get 19,000 ADA. I'll pay you 1,000 ADA interest. And if that's, and the lender knows that they're at risk because they're buying a Space Bud for 19,000 ADA potentially. If that Space Bud floor goes back down to 10,000 ADA, guess what? I just keep the collateral. The person that was going to buy a Space Bud bought it at a discount. Yeah, sure, they're at a loss, but still, at least
they were going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, they were going to buy it anyways.
Oh, wow.
Now they got a discount, and now I can go back and re-enter the market. So it gives the actual person with the NFT a lot of choices.
Mm-hmm. And I like what you said. Kevin O'Leary said that. I mean, if you're looking at tokenization of everything, that's where we're coming. Stocks,
real estate,
housing, like they already got property. We talked about that. They have it. So I absolutely understand that every NFTs are going to be the houses. They're going to be the, and they're going to be the stocks are going to each be tokenized. And once we do that, it's going to be like a quadrillion market cap, right? Like we have there's like 300 or 400 billion trillion, in derivatives that we don't even know. Once all these bets on bets get tokenized and transparent, right? So there's no synthetic shares being created like an AMC stuff. Like that's the whole point of this. They're all going to tokenization of everything in here. So imagine pulling liquidity in your home, dude. If I want to refinance my house, like right now, I can't do it because of, being self-employed, right? But I can easily pull out 180 equity in my home, and I can't, right? So imagine if it's like that. It's just boom, click of a button, give me my equity, man, give me my 80%. Like they keep it at 20, same, you know what I mean? So it's the same. And that once we get there, dude, it's
the other thing that was, sorry, Timmy, I was just gonna say, like, two thoughts on that. NFT marketplaces. I mean, no wonder why there's so many that are starting up. If it's true, they're going to have so much volume from all these derivative, I call them derivative NFTs, where you have like AADA, somebody mentioned, where you have NFT pawns. So this is a way to create an NFT that's representative of a loan. So if I supply 10,000 ADA to AADA and I take out 5,000 ADA of collateral, now I have a policy that if I pay back the policy and I say, hey, look, here's 5,000 with the policy, then I get my other 5,000 that I initially put up, so I can take that NFT though, and I can sell it on the secondary market. So you have derivatives of loans being able to be traded on these NFT marketplaces. These NFT marketplaces are going to make a killing.
It's going to be traditional finance in the decentralized world, and they're gonna what they call them, construct these packages. That's all it is packages, mortgage-backed securities. They just give good acronyms to confuse the average Joe. So it's going to be mind-blowing here soon, and I'm going to like watch you guys be the guinea pigs and do that. I would love to loan out my NFT. I think Acronym DAO is doing something similar.
Well, they're the team. So Acronym DAO's team is actually working on DAO.
Yeah. I love what you were saying, Jay Crypto, about how it's going to reduce supply, which will help with price discovery. And like right now, everyone's really excited about DeFi Llama, right? And seeing how much of Cardano is locked up into DeFi. The reason we track DeFi Llama and TVL, total value locked, is because the more of the Cardano supply, the more ADA supply that's locked up in DeFi, the less is available circulating supply. So the price goes up a lot faster. And what Jay Crypto is saying is with DAOFi and with basically DeFi for NFTs, then you can expect a similar market mechanic where supply is coming off the market. It's basically total value locked for NFTs, which will help the prices go to the moon and beyond.
The other aspects. And also it's borrowed money. So, why would you take out a loan against a space bud if it hits an all-time high of 20,000? Well, what if you're getting taxed 30% for capital gains, right?
Yeah.
And then taking out that loan, it's borrowing money. So if you never pay it back, the person gets a space but at a discount, but you might have made more instead of paying taxes on the borrowed money than if you were to pay taxes. So I think there's some regulation clarity that will probably enter this space. They need to get stable coins down. They have a long ways to go. They would be I'd be flabbergasted if they never touched this space or didn't want to enter it, because there's so much like loopholes here with the current laws that make it extremely easy for us to not avoid taxes. That's not what I'm saying, but just use borrowed money as a way to instead of paying those capital gains, really offset those taxes. It's interesting.
I love it. All right, let's move to, this is the last part of the show. This is Chronic's answer to.
Dude, this is a great show, by the way, Chronic.
This is a lot of fun.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
This is a really good, fun. I think it's very healthy. We got a lot of different viewpoints. I love the energy. It's a good show.
Appreciate you. Well, listen, I'm going to drop a few more, but I'm going to go into depth on one.
And if you want to share your screen, let me know. I saw you popped it up. I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, brother. I'm going to share a couple. So while I'm doing this, we're going to go out and shout out. I did an interview last night with Crypto Heaps and Ada Army and Stanley. All right. They're minting Monday, March 28th, right? There's only a 2,500 supply. If you guys know Crypto Heaps, man, this dude is amazing. He's helped me a lot in the Twitter spaces. So I'm going to shout out him and his team, Ada Army. They definitely going to sell out. I think it's 55 for the public, 48 for if you have an Ada Army season 1. But they're minting on Monday, 6 p.m. UTC. Split World as well. I don't know if y'all have seen that. Split World on March 31st. Mr. Rob and McLean. Excellent team, dude. They're doing an all-female collection of 7,777. I think the mint is 88. Only public mint, all-female collections, and they're going to be customizable NFTs too, right? So that's pretty sweet. Also, my shout out. Go ahead.
Let me pause you real quick there.
Yo,
is Split World related to Wing Riders? Like, I feel like there's when I look at Wing Rider stuff, I see the Split World photos.
I'm not sure, Timmy. All I know is Mr. Rob and McLean are the co-founders, and Crypto Heaps and Roy are like the mods, like on the team. I think they're young cats, like buddies from university doing this. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on the wing thing. I'll ask for you.
Yeah, Wonderlands. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, they're totally similar. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
Yeah, I
So
think this
yeah.
is their first project, if I'm not mistaken. I
haven't
think
heard
this is their
that
first project.
Wing Riders, but I can see how you could think that, Timmy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
So,
go ahead and share your screen now, Chronic, if you're ready.
yeah, my brother. Let me see if I can go. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. So last thing, and then Ada Invaders, my man, Invader Jim. Ada Invaders is another 3D collection. They're gonna mint on April 15th. That's a sick little collection. He went on Twitter Spaces and pitched his project. Ada Invaders, INVADAZ. Someone in the chat has said it as well. Really cool stuff. Check out the Twitter. My man, Ugly Bros, Surge season 2. My man Sergio. They're minting in April, like season 2. Gotta shout them out, dude. They're OG too, brother. Look at their season 1, right? So okay, so all of them, man, I had to shout out because they're wonderful projects that are about to pop off here. And Cypher Kicks as well, my man Peppers. They're gonna airdrop Hype Beast.
Shout out for Cypher Kicks.
There you go, my man Peppers and Cypher Kicks. They dropping Hype Beast free, airdropping the whole collection to season 1 through 5 holders. So like that's another perk of being Peppers, man. He just loves his community. He's airdropping these Hype Beasts. They're the profile pics. They're not going to be the shoes. They're going to be like, and they I think also might be customizable. Don't quote me on that. But all right, here we go. Shout it out to all of them, all amazing people, all on Spaces, Jay, and you know how Spaces are. Like you said, they the best marketing, best like networking tool there is right now. I do that more than YouTube now, right? So okay.
Yeah.
There we go, my brother. Last thing, this here, guys, is the mechanism. This is the Genesis token for overexposed. Okay. I don't know if you guys are into this. They are only 1,000 of these. Okay. You were not able to mint this, Timmy. Cardano Thor did a live interview. They did not even have a Discord. And 4-5 Jeff, Ren Ellis. I would like it, Timmy, if you can, is there possible, brother, to jump on overexposed Twitter? And this is it. I'm going to wrap it up. Y'all going to see this shit. Y'all going to want to be in this because this is an Ethereum artist that didn't get the traction on Ethereum, dude. Jeff, who is behind Nomies and a few other people. He's an OG in Space Buds. And Jeff, 4-5 Jeff, he's a pillar of the community. You know him. He somehow got Ren, seen Ren's work, brought him over. So Cardano community showed him the love, right? He brought him over. He's okay. So these here are a digital lifetime membership. There are only 1,000 of these. Okay. Each one, like the rainbow, there's only 50. The pinks, there's only 100. The teals, there's the greens, there's 200. There's 300 of the teals and 350 of the reds. Okay. So they all do the same thing. They're all, yes, thank you. Keep scrolling down there, Timmy. They're all going to give you one-to-one access to the mechanism profile. Keep going down, Timmy. You're going to see a bunch.
Do you want me to replace your screen share, or do you want? Are you okay? It's pretty small.
That makes sense, guys. I'm just looking at it. It's hard.
Pretty small. So let me do this.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying. My bad. I'm trying.
No, it's my bad. It's not you. It's us. It's me. I got to do that. So it's not your bad at all. Keep going.
So keep going down. So they're doing fan art. My wife won this thing behind. My wife painted this. That was one of the reasons. So you had to be in the Twitch stream. So instead of having to grind for whitelist, they allowed 1,000 people to trickle in their Discord. Okay, keep going down, Timmy, way down. But you could
hold
click
on.
That's
Isn't that a
fan
cat
art,
there?
bro.
Look at that cat. I like this one.
I didn't see it. That's fan art, dude. So they allowed like 5 people to then go mint one of those Genesis tokens for 100. Okay, now you see the floor price was like 800, 900. That is going to give you, keep scrolling down, and then I'm going to keep talking. That is going to give you one of one right. That's another fan art. One of one right to mint the Genesis profile pic. Okay. There's only going to be 4,000. That is one of them. But keep going down, brother. That's another one. Keep going down. That's my wife's painting right there. She won up there.
Hold on.
That one.
She won this?
Kristen did that. So she then edited and did all that. And that was, they gave away 15 of them Genesis. They had to mint for 100. So
she made this. She won this.
She painted it acrylic, and then she went and edited the video and all of that. And that's behind me. But that's the cool stuff. They got the whole thing is Ren Ellis is a self-taught photographer, 3D designer. He's a photographer at heart. If you want, Timmy, go look at this right here. Stop on that, brother.
Which one? This one here?
Look, up, right there. Wow, that's the one-of-one piece. Cash and them. Cash actually like bid 22,000 on that thing. This is his work, bro. This is his work. This is going to be auction 1 of 1. Okay, but then scroll right down. You're going to show the 4,000 profile pics. This is what we getting on Cardano, y'all. This is going to mint in a couple days, in a couple weeks, excuse me. That Cardano Thor interview I was telling y'all about. If you wanted to go check that out, an hour and something, you learn all about them. Keep going down. We almost there. That's one of the 4. Like, check that out. That is one. They're going to be 4,000 of that. Okay, y'all. I'm so excited for this, dude. I'm minting 5. I got 5 of them tokens. So there's only going to be 3,000 for public. 1,000 of those are guaranteed for people like me with them Genesis tokens. And that's how he shows you how he does it on Blender. This dude is self-taught,
it's a
bro.
huge level up for Cardano art quality here. This is a total order of magnitude.
Yes, it's unbelievable. And if you look at Ren Ellis and his work, that's going to be another one, Jay, flying around Pavi and shit. And these are the profile, excuse my language, profile pictures. Dang, I did it so good the whole time, and I didn't.
No.
I know, I let it slip. But that there, Timmy,
because I think that you're right. There's
that
no
picture, yo. That's my wife's painted, but that's the picture that got me. I seen him on Twitter, and I'm like, whoa.
This one here.
Yeah, that's what that's his work. And I'm like, dang, that's cool. If he can bring that to Cardano, then I start seeing the profile pictures above, like the mechanisms. So it's gonna be 4,000.
This one. It's kind of like night vibe.
Yeah, that's what the wife painted. So listen, last thing. So this here is a whitelist. Anywhere Ren goes, if he goes to Ethereum, Solana, he goes to the moon, you're able to whitelist for his thing. If you're a photographer, a videographer, a 3D artist, like you have full access to him. Look at these things, guys. These are all like what we're going to mint. I'm hoping to mint, like there's going to be 4,000 of those. And those are not even rendered. He's finished the heads. He went and bought like a $6,000, $7,000 computer. I just did a video on this the other day, a little 10, 15-minute video if y'all want to see. But I'm super excited about this, guys. As you can see, the art is second to none, right? And I think it's just going to step up with the 3D stuff coming on, you know. And I'm like I said, man, the dude's humble. The project, I invested in the people. Like Jeff,
so Chronic, tell me this, because I want to get involved. What should I do right now? As someone that doesn't own anything in this project, what can I do? What can the beautiful people listening do today?
Get on JPG Store, Timmy, and look at the mechanism, the Genesis tokens that I showed you, them little things spinning. And I also would love for 2 more seconds. Let me get on here, brother. Can I share my screen one more time?
Yeah, I got you.
And I want y'all to do this. I want you to hear that, guys.
But hold on.
They each have their own music. 10 seconds, dudes. It's unbelievable, y'all. Let me see. I'm using my mouse to try to do my laptop. I'm so nervous right now. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to share this. Okay, I'm going to say calm tab.
Sometimes the audio doesn't work depending on how you share, but
right there, my brother. You should have that. I should be on their Discord.
Yep, we got it.
Okay. Now, please, brother, if you don't mind, just really quickly click on each one. They're like 8-10 seconds each, and that's it. I just want
you got to click, brother. I can't click. You got to do the clicking.
I do it.
Yeah, man. I can't click.
Oh, okay. So I do it on mine now. My bad. Okay.
No, dude. I love Chronic's excitement right now more than anything
I'm so excited.
I've ever heard, man. Because this guy has so much passion for the.
I love it. That's really it, y'all. I'm sorry that I'm going all over the place, but here it is. Here's the red one, right? Here's the red one. There's only 5 flavors, right? All 5 color variations are exact same perks. The colors and the percent distributions are for fun. Sick, right? So that's the red. This is the teal. Love this, bro. And here's the green. You can picture like your intros and outros on this stuff, you know? All right, getting up to the favorite. So this one here, so awesome, right? All right, last one. Come on, let's go, guys. Let's go. Right? It just gets me hyped.
I like that one.
So do I. So in order to purchase that, Timmy, that was 100 mint. Each one of these, like I said, it's a whitelist forever, future. Like it's basically like a Borg's Club card, or That's
Man,
who you can
help
relate
us
it
out.
to.
See, Jordania is trying to buy. I kind of want to like. Everyone's buying before I am. I need 5 minutes here, guys.
Mechanism Genesis. You type in Mechanism Genesis and JPG.
Floor's running
Okay.
away on me. Hold on here. Let me get my wallet. God damn. All right.
If the
Look
live
at
stream
that.
stops before the instructions of what to buy go out.
Okay, I got it here.
someone needs
Mechanism
to buy a
Genesis.
floor
Here.
before
Yep.
everyone else does.
So
Go
right
ahead.
now that green is $8.99 the floor. You were able to mint that for 100 ADA. And that is going to give you as many of those as you buy, you will able to get a 1-to-1 mint for like a 24-hour period to get them head profile pictures. They call Mechanism.
So is this all we got for sale right now? Overexposed.
That's it, brother.
If I want to get in, I'm looking at 900 ADA to get in on this right now. Damn.
The rainbows. Go look at the rainbow floor. It's like
Let me ask you this,
3,500.
Chronic. Would
so
you
upset I
trade
can't get-
if you didn't have any of these? Would you trade an ape for one of these?
Absolutely.
Not financial
Absolutely.
advice. of
Not
course,
financial
but
advice,
yeah.
but you
Wow.
yes, you need some exposure to this thing. And everyone in overexposed in ape society, Panzerotti would tell he would do the same. Like, yeah, if you got 7-8 apes, Timmy, absolutely, that's what you do. You need to have exposure. Look at that, look at the rainbow floor. A couple big whales came in the other day and literally bought 2-3 sets. And they were
And there's only one page of these here. Like if 40 of
there's
these
no
go
listed,
and
dude.
you're
That
done.
shows you. Look at the wallets and look at the holders.
Okay.
810. And I have 5. I know someone with 20. I know someone with 17. So usually people have one of these, guys.
Jay Crypto, you keep him busy. I'll be back in. I need a couple minutes here. I'll be right back.
Let me, so what I just wanted to say.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm a buyer of all this stuff, but I'm not a buyer right this moment. And this is my own strategy. But if it's for your, because right now so what I meant is it's not like I'm selling my NFTs to pay my rent. It's that I don't want to take from my capital to go to DeFi. So right now I'm selling NFTs to get some exposure to DeFi for a DeFi cycle. So I can potentially buy up all these projects after the fact if my prediction goes the right way and DeFi ends up doing a 5 to 10x. I could be completely wrong.
You get 5 to 10 extra money on overexposed, easy, Jay. That's my deal. Like,
well, who knows, what the multiples will be.
Not financial advice. Brother.
And when they'll be too, right? Because like there is definitely potential for both the NFT market and the DeFi market. And maybe they happen at the same time. I just think that we're going to enter a DeFi cycle maybe first and maybe soon.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get ready for that. But I do think that this is a project that looks like it from the art side, from the IP side, just from like the skill side, it already has all of those things in-house where other projects will have to use funding to get those things. So I do like that a lot about this particular project.
Yeah, and let me jump in there real quick because like I'm actually just joking. I haven't bought any. I don't know if I will, and so I don't want to endorse it too much. So Jordania, you're a big supporter. Just be careful. Do your own research. I'm not committing to buy one. I might not because right now all my ADA is going to the Tim1 stake pool, and this is a big amount. And so yeah, I just want to say I can't endorse it right now. I was getting excited there. I'm gonna think about it myself. Maybe I'll buy one. Maybe I won't.
Timmy, let me ask you something real quick, and then we'll go back to Chronic too, because I definitely want to finish Chronic. I love that, by the way, and I'm an NFT. Like I love NFTs, so this project looks sick. Do you do any yield farming? I'm pretty sure that you do, right, Timmy?
Yeah, I'm doing Pavia. So I did Pavia yield farming since the day it launched, and the APR is still up there. I'm not the APY. I'm happy with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, because some people feel as though DeFi has been getting crushed in the ecosystem lately. I want to ask you your thoughts. My feeling is like for DEXs and DeFi and Cardano, when they're successful, our NFT markets will be successful because the profits will go into NFTs, as well as we're looking at a blockchain with a huge market cap, which is Cardano. We're looking at new DEXs kind of popping up, and yes, it's early, but compared to DEXs on other blockchains with a lower market cap, we haven't seen that, kind of DeFi hype cycle just yet because we haven't had it. So we haven't even had the chance for it to get crushed. Your thoughts real quick, Timmy.
Well, here's how I'd like to answer that question. And I actually talked about this on my episode on Monday. And I'll actually just share my screen super quickly. data behind my words here, and this is DeFi Llama, right? This is what we're all looking at, and this is Cardano, and you can see Cardano here up and to the right. This is your traditional hockey stick graph, and so Cardano has been doing really well. Now, certainly over the last couple days, right? Like over the last, like I guess what's this, March 25th? It was up here at 321. Now it's come down about 15 million in the last 24 hours, but if you zoom out, right? Zoom out and look, we're up and to the right. But hold on. Now, this person who said that. Now, if Michael is talking about outside of Cardano, he could be absolutely right, because let me show you Solana, or I think it's pronounced Soldana. Soldana is the opposite story here. It's not up and to the right; it's straight down.
Ooh, that is ugly.
Okay, so this is
Ice
Soldana.
cold, Timmy.
This
Ice
is
cold,
Cardano.
man.
This is Cardano. This is Soldana. Cardano, Soldana. This
Did
is
the
Ethereum.
VCs,
Dude,
man.
oh man.
Did the VCs get to sell out their position in
I
Solana?
think so.
That's
I
what,
don't know what to tell you.
that's the only thing that makes sense in that.
I mean, a lot
And
of
let
the
me
VCs have vested positions, so it's not all the VC
Yeah.
money that's, because they're going to be vested out time.
Yeah.
But
And now-
it is
and the
true
story-
that there's a lot of VC money in Solana.
The story is even better, because if I turn on staking, right, because we have the staking with some of our DeFi, then the number gets up to 415 million, and the peak is a little bit higher. So I just want to call that out. That it's an even better story. $500 million, and you can see we just started 2 months ago.
Like,
January 22nd. It's been 2 months really since we started. Ethereum mostly flat, a little bit down, but nothing like Soldana. There you go.
And everyone has a different investor's thesis, and it doesn't mean that anyone is wrong, because a lot of these things will
People
probably
who buy Solana are wrong. I'm going to come
Well,
out and say that. Not
okay.
financial advice, but
All right. Yeah. Thanks for your opinion on that, Timmy. We appreciate that. But in terms of NFTs, in terms of utility NFTs versus art NFTs, even in terms of DeFi versus NFTs, a lot of these things on Cardano that do well will probably do well together, and there's different cycles. So, we had a big NFT cycle. We're probably going to have a bigger one pretty soon if the macroeconomic picture doesn't look terrible, and we see more building and even more connection from the CNFT world. So like, MetaMask already links with a lot of metaverse applications on the Oculus. If we see more stuff like that, Twitter links with Solana and Ethereum NFTs. If we see stuff like that for Cardano, oh man, CNFTs game over. It's going to go through another cycle. And a lot of these things probably will play out the same. But what you guys got to do is just remember, like, your strategy is your strategy, and it can evolve. It can change over time, but it's your strategy. It's your own personal viewpoint, and you got to stick to that. Don't listen to any of us or what we're saying, because to be honest with you, we know probably less than you guys do. To be honest with you.
I'm just a cat.
And you guys are saying it's all entry points, right? You don't know when you provided to the liquidity pool, just like you don't know when I got into overexposed. I got
It's entry
5 of them.
points. Yeah.
Right. I got 5 of them, but I got 2,000 or less invested. So like I'm up 3. I got 3 for free. So it's same as you. You can't come jumping into a liquidity pool when like you said, it's already saturated, and then your APY is going to be less. So it's
That's
I love
really
this.
good point.
I love this from my friend Torgier. Actually, I'll just jump in. I haven't seen this before, but it's like Solunavax, right? So it's combining 3 of those chains: Luna, Solana, and Avax. And he's saying like they're both. Yeah, Cardano is my choice. I'm with you, Torgier, but I just want to get him up here. Torgier
I'm a big blockchain guy, so I will be the person, just in case we have people from other ecosystems, that reels them into Cardano, right? I'll play devil's advocate and be like, hey,
I'm a maxi.
Because part of it though is kind of, I've looked at other blockchains, and I've done DeFi on other blockchains. I've seen what else is out there, and let me tell you, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I do see the real, and I could be wrong. We'll clip this if I am, but it's just real finance needs to have those foundations, the EUTXO model, the digital identity solution. Things like this provide a foundation for real finance. So that's where most of the money is actually going to come from.
It's the future.
And that's what's going to impact DeFi and NFT markets too.
Well, we're getting ready. We're getting ready to wrap up here. I think if anyone has really anything important to say in the live chat, we want to make sure that you're heard. Want to hear from the community, but I think we're going to wrap up in the next 5 minutes. I do want to bring up this though as well from Torgier. 13 Ape Society, is that too much? I don't know if there's ever too much Ape Society. I think Chronic
Nope.
would probably say that's not too much.
Nope,
And
it's a perfect number.
And I want to shout out Torgier. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling well, and keep an eye on this guy, guys. Torgier doesn't have he doesn't have as huge a profile now as he will be, but I think he might be working on something super special that we're gonna want to keep an eye on. So I won't leak anything more than that. But thank you for your support. I hope you're feeling better, and you're a friend of the channel. You're welcome to come on anytime.
He's on the Gauntlet like every week. He always stops by every single week.
Yeah. But I mean, if he wants to, we'll cover his project. We can get him on here maybe as Chronic is right now.
Wait a second. So, Timmy, aren't you working on something? Isn't there an NFT Timmy project or something?
Well,
there is. Spoil that?
No, we can talk about that. It's still very much in stealth mode right now. I guess that's my.
I don't know anything. He's not telling me literally anything, Chronic. So
he told me a little bit before the show. Spill the beans.
My most anticipated unreleased project. I could have answered that one. Obviously, I'm super anticipating it. But yeah, it's actually the artist. Her name is Kiyama, and she's the one who created Timmy. And she's an amazing 3D artist. She's not as big into crypto, but she's worked at game companies and movie studios. A bunch of like real movies that you guys know, Disney, Pixar movies. She's worked on those projects, and she created Timmy. And we're actually creating a project together. So it's going to be an animal PFP project as the first mint. But then I'm a developer, and so I'm really excited to do smart contracts and staking and like try to give some utility. So it's going to be an animal PFP project, probably launching like somewhere in the summer. But look for us to really push the envelope in terms of functionality and like utility and programming, because I want to use this project as a platform to push my development skills and to really experiment with utility.
That's pretty cool, man.
Brother.
Yeah. Thanks for the plug there, Jay. You're always looking out.
Yeah, man. So I'll be expecting my ADA payment. So we gotta go because all of us most likely have to pee right now. But I do want to give a huge thanks to Chronic for coming on, because he might just be our go-to guest on the Gauntlet if we don't have something lined up, because this was an awesome show, man.
I love being here with you guys, man. I love talking to both of you. Always nice to speak with like-minded individuals, or a feline. I never spoke with a cat before, so I don't know what you call yourself, Timmy. Are you an individual?
I don't know what his pronoun is.
Your pronoun, my bad. Shoot. But it's been a pleasure, man. I appreciate it. And anything, not financial advice. If anybody has any questions, please, you can DM me. I am Chronic1 on Discord. And at Petrick Vince is my Twitter handle. I don't know. Maybe you guys can link that for me. I'd appreciate that. But
again, we'll do your Twitter and your YouTube.
We'll make a nice look.
And Jay, I'm gonna call you out in front of everybody. Why don't you give me a follow, buddy?
Dude, I followed you back.
All right.
I followed you back, bro.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, brother. I got you. I had to say it yesterday, but that's good.
Dude, I followed you back right after you said that.
That's me, bro. I'm always gonna poke fun, and that's just me. So
cats follow cats.
Hey, man, I love what you do in the Twitter space. I love both of you. What you guys are doing on your YouTube. It's very, like I said, I've been watching you guys before I started my channel. So much love to what y'all are doing, and y'all really are helping so many people. And then that's what we all here for, right? Just to help people.
Dude, and to have some fun, I saw this one thing that was pretty funny. They said, keep passing the Chronic. So I think you want more Chronic content going around.
Let's go.
I don't know what that's a reference to, but I love Rocky One. He's stuck with us for the whole stream. So I just wanted to shout him out real quick too.
Yeah, big shout out to Rocky.
And all right, guys. Tommy, we got the whole quick shout out, Tommy.
Yeah, bring him up.
Michael commented there about DeFi. Yeah, you never know. We'll see what kind of happens. Nito's been sticking around. Ada Legend's been sticking around. Torgier's been sticking around. So for everyone, CM was even in here. We even had Wonderlust Heart Media, in here. So Bell, shout out to Bell. Thank you for all the people that stopped by this live stream. This is Jay Crypto, Chronic, and Timmy the Virtual Cat. And
It's been a pleasure.
we're here. We're here all week. So
Have a great Saturday, guys. Stay safe and stay happy.
You guys be safe, man. Appreciate it.